Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Cargill, Hy-Vee, Lake Regional Health System, Polylift, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, and Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia. It's time for the Burger Smokehouse pregame show. Burger Smokehouse, simple tradition since 1952. And now your hosts, William Holtz.
Welcome, football fans. It's week 9 of the high school football season, and Lake TV makes their way to California, Missouri. I'm William Holtz, joined by Sean Cooper, and it's a Tri-County Conference matchup. Sean, you got the Indians and the Pintos.
Very exciting times, William.
Should be a good game tonight. The Indians come in with a record of 7-1. California struggling a bit. They have been bitten by the injury bug all year. They come in with a mark of 2-6. This is your Burger Smokehouse pregame show. We'll talk with both head coaches. We'll preview a couple of players coming into tonight's ballgame. That and much more on the Burger Smokehouse pregame show.
Welcome to Burger Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum-quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a Polylift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
chances are you'll be back!
Mention this Chances Are commercial on Lake TV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
Open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
We are farmers.
Oh, we're back. Oh. Sorry, folks. I was not expecting to come back to our Burger Smokehouse pregame show so rapidly. I was just enjoying our Burger Smokehouse old-style snack sticks. Pick up yours. They're delicious, they're nutritious, and you can pick them up at most retail locations or right here at the Burger Smokehouse headquarters right here in California, Missouri. Boy, them babies good, ain't they, Sean?
They're fantastic. Can't beat them.
Can't beat them. Wonderful stuff, guys, in tonight's Tri-County Conference matchup, as we said. Osage Indians and California Pintos. And, Sean, what a year the Indians have had so far.
Oh, they're fantastic, William. They come out of the gate, like you said earlier, they're 7-1, and, we're looking for some exciting things to happen tonight.
Their lone loss on the year against the Blair Oak Falcons, state runner-up a year ago, and, of course, tough place to play. But one thing you got to talk about when you talk about the Indians is their turnovers.
Well, no doubt, William. They're having a tough time this year holding on to the football, it seems. You know, they've had 24 turnovers on the year. They're averaging 3 turnovers a game. And at times, a few games, they've had 4+ turnovers. It makes it pretty tough.
Yeah, actually 6 or 7 against Southern Boone. They did escape that game with a W, but boy, really a surprise because you turn the ball over at that rate. Obviously, not a lot of good things happen. Now, one guy, when you talk about Osage, you got to talk about their big-time head coach, Devin Johnson.
Oh, what a fantastic coach. But what I like about Coach Johnson, he's not just a coach, William. He's a leader among young men.
Yeah.
And that's what you see him doing. You know, he's not just bringing football to the platform. He's bringing tradition. And what we're actually starting to see when I say that is we're expecting a tradition and a platform of winning. And people expect Osage now to win.
Yeah,
and that's what you like to see.
And they've been winning, at an incredible rate. And we did have an opportunity, I had an opportunity to talk with Coach Johnson earlier tonight.
Now we've got head coach of the Osage Indians, Devin Johnson. Coach, what's going on, man?
Hey, good to see you, Wayne. How you doing?
Probably better than I deserve, and you got to be doing well. 7-1, an opportunity to really solidify a solid regular season tonight.
Yeah, we've been fortunate. We played pretty well. We battled through some injuries, which every team has. You can't really use that too much, but our kids have stepped up in great situations, and we've had a lot of kids that played well throughout the year, and we're just excited to be where we're at and being able to finish this season on a good high note here against California, hopefully.
Coach, obviously not trying to be a pessimist, but I can't talk to you without bringing up the turnovers. What do you got to do to protect the football tonight?
Well, a lot of it's effort. I mean, our kids, and I'm not giving excuses or anything, but our kids are trying to make extra yardage or trying to fight for plays. And sometimes it's just telling your kids it's okay to take what you got and go down because a lot of times that second and third defender gets there, that's when they get the ball. So I'm not really disappointing our kids for the turnovers at all. I think that they made good decisions with the football. It's just that their extra effort trying to make bigger plays than what it was has led to some of those turnovers the last couple of weeks.
Awesome, Coach. You guys have playmakers all over the field. You talk about Drake Gaines, Mr. Edwards, the Riley boys, but I think someone that deserves some serious credit is Zach Wheeler in his second year as your starter. Talk about his progression this season.
Well, he's matured a ton. You can see that on the field. Just in a leadership position, he's matured a ton. He's much more vocal. He's much more comfortable running the show. He's actually been a kid that's turned his turnovers down quite substantially from last year. So his completion percentage has risen. His touchdown interception ratio has risen quite a bit. So he's a kid that's just been a calm leader. He's been in charge, and he hasn't risen with the ebbs and flows of the game where you might have saw last year as a sophomore. It's just his maturity is showing now this year.
Has to bode well down the stretch. Coach, good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll be seeing you after the game. That's head coach of the Osage Indians, Devin Johnson, set to take on the California Pintos.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck, brother.
All right, thanks.
It's a new look, a new location, but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned. Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes,
increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
Welcome back to the Burger Smokehouse pregame show here on LakeTV, and it's Friday Night Lights. Sean, obviously very excited, and the visiting Indians, as you said, they come in at 7-1, and they've been able to win so many ball games by putting a lot of points on the board, and they have a slew of athletic guys all over the field, starting with the receiver core. You got Jason Edwards, and then you look in the backfield, of course, you got Nick and Dylan Riley, who have done a wonderful job. But one guy that's really burst onto the scene this year and maybe caught some guys, not just locally, but around the entire conference off guard, that's wide receiver Drake Gaines, and he's your Hy-Vee Spotlight player of the game tonight.
Yeah, what a great athlete. The guy's 6'3", he's 175 pounds, and he's just an athlete, What we got to see, out of him, what I expect to see out of him tonight, is get him down the field. Let's get the ball up to him and, let him go make a play. He's just one of those athletes that's just going to go get the ball.
Yeah, and you touched on it. You said let him go make a play, and if you followed the Indians thus far this season, he's got 4 touchdowns, and 3 of those 4 were just that, on plays where his quarterback gave him an opportunity to make a play, threw it up there, and Drake Gaines rewards his quarterback, Zach Wheeler, by doing so. But we've seen him really find a defender to get the ball in his hands, and he's done a wonderful job. And we look for him to make plays and make plays early and often tonight against a depleted California secondary. And I'll tell you, I mean, think about all the good athletes that have come through Coach Johnson's program. Of course, you know, he's only in his 3rd year, but let's look a few years back. That state quarterfinal team, you had Jake Ulmer, you had Justin Heiser, you had Colin Samuelson, you had Austin Riley. I mean, there were playmakers all over the field, and as those guys graduate, you think maybe the performance and the scoring may take down or back off a little bit, and it hasn't been the case. And a lot of that credit we're going to have to give to the junior quarterback, Zach Wheeler, in his 2nd year. What has Zach done this year you've liked?
Well, I think what Zach's done is he's allowed himself to make plays, William. Yeah. You know, he's getting the ball out there to a lot of athletes, like you said. You know, he's got a lot of athletes to choose from. It's not 1 or 2 players. You know, he's got 6 to 8 players that he's getting the ball to, you know. So he's doing a fantastic job getting the ball out of his hands and getting to the people that make some big plays for him.
Yeah, another one of those guys you talked about on the way up here, Jason Edwards, a kid that really does do all things. He's the place kicker, he's the punter, also plays in the secondary, and then he starts at wideout. Man, we look for him to make plays tonight as well.
Well, he's a great receiver. He's a tall kid. He's very, very athletic. And, you know, the whole core, the whole group of wide receivers that we have right there, you know, they're all that way. They're big targets. We got a tight end, you know, that's 6'2", 185, and C.J. Myers.
Yeah.
You know, they just big targets, you know, for Zach to get out there and make some plays with.
Now, on the other side of the football, let's look a little bit at the California Pintos. Over the last 4 years entering the 2016 season, Marty Albertson had an overall mark of 44-8. This team, under the direction of Marty, went 44-8 over the last 4 years. That includes 3 consecutive trips to the state semifinals, and all 3 of those years, back in 12, 13, and 14, they lost the eventual state champions. 2 years, obviously, Maryville, the Spoof Hounds, went on to win it, and then in 2014, Oak Grove, a team California has a chance to play. If they lose tonight, they'll travel to Oak Grove to play in the opening round of districts, and they know all too well how fundamentally sound that team can be. But this year it's been a different team, and you got to put the blame on a lot of injuries and a lot of younger guys.
You do, William, and I think, you know, he's had a great run, you know, over the past few years, and it would be tough. It's a little bit tougher for him this year to get out there and do what they got to do.
Yeah, they are 2-6 on the year, and they have an incredibly talented quarterback, Jacob Wolken. He's also, just like Wheeler, he's a junior in his 2nd year, started last year as a sophomore and did some great things. But you no longer have the Landon Mouse, the Drew Norton, and guys like that to throw the football to. And their starting tailback, one of their best weapons on offense, Hunter Bakewood, he was out early in the year, and he's still not back. And Marty Albertson, a great coach. He's going to get things figured out. Just because you have a down year and go 2-6 doesn't mean that you panic, because this year you've seen a lot of young players get an opportunity to step into role positions. And what that does when you play good conference teams that you play in the Tri-County Conference gives you an opportunity to get ready for the next couple of years. And if there's anything I know of this California Pinto team, they're going to return next year with with Jacob Wolken at the helmet quarterback. You're going to have Dakota Henry back. And don't be surprised if this team is not just good next year, but one of the front runners in the conference.
Well, and I think you see a lot of teams doing that, William. Like you said, you see a lot of young guys stepping up, and it's just like Osage. You know, Osage comes out, you know, this year expecting to have, you know, they've got a great running back core. I mean, great core.
Do.
But we've had a guy step up in Nick Riley that's a junior that nobody probably expected to have the kind of year he's having.
Right.
So you get young guys stepping in and fulfilling some of these positions that weren't expected.
Certainly, and Nick Riley's done that. And you love just giving the opportunity to play, because when they get to play, like we touched on, varsity athletes, it bodes well futuristically. Now, LakeTV did have an opportunity to talk with Coach Albertson earlier tonight. We're here at Riley Field with Coach Marty Albertson, head coach of the California Pintos. Coach, an opportunity tonight to really end the regular season on a high note.
It sure is. You know, senior night, last time they'll play here, unless, if they get a win, then they might sneak in. So our district's really tight from 4 to 7 right now, and so if you get a win, you have a chance to move up and maybe get another home game. So we've got a lot to play for.
Certainly do, and obviously expecting a good crowd tonight, Coach. Now, obviously injuries part of football, but you guys really, really had a tough year with the injury bug. Touch on that.
Well, we sure have. Last count we had 15 out. I've got 13 out right now. A couple of them came back, but they've been out for a long time. So it's been a rough year. It really hurts our depth because our young kids got to step up. And, anytime you're having to put freshmen and sophomores in there against juniors and seniors, that's sometimes not a good thing.
Certainly, and a big Osage Indian team, Coach. You guys are prepping to play tonight. Talk about some of the things they do so well.
Well, I tell you what, they throw the ball well. They got 2 great receivers in number 8 and number 15. Their little running back, 13, he's a good kid. Quarterback throws the ball well. So, they've got some athletes on this team.
Coach, coming into this game, obviously everyone knows the success Osage has had, but your program, no secret, success has obviously been something you guys are used to. What have you guys told your team this week coming into the season finale?
Well, you just tell them to go out and play their best, lay it all out there on the field and don't bring anything home, and that's what you got to do. It doesn't matter, records at this point is not a big deal. Tonight, whoever plays the best is going to win.
That's head California coach Marty Albertson set to take on the Osage Indians. Coach, good luck. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, man.
Back to you guys and me in the booth. Back here in the booth, William Olds, Sean Cooper, and we are set for tonight's matchup. You do want to touch on California's defense. You got a couple of guys really having a nice season. First, the senior linebacker, Sam Kirby, all over the place. He leads this team in tackles. But another guy I want to talk about for California, that's the Hy-Vee Spotlight player of the game for the Pintos. That's Corey Friedmeier, the junior linebacker. I'll tell you what, the young man, he leads the team in rushing. He's taken over for Bakewood back in the backfield. He's got over 500 yards, and he's averaging over 5.5 yards a carry, and he's also second in the team with 13 catches for $140. What I like about his presence on defense, 34 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and a sack. And just like Jason Edwards for the Indians, Friedmeier, a young man that does all things, and he's done them well so far this year.
Yeah, he seems to. He's doing a fantastic job on defense. But I tell you what I like about him, from an offensive perspective, you got a young man there that's 5'11", 170, and he just as soon run over you as run around you. And that's what you like to see, which makes him a fantastic, obviously, defensive player.
Great observation. You're right. He's a kid that, you get him an open field, and it comes down to that guy on defense trying to make a tackle. You might as well be ready to go low because he's ready to lower his shoulder and lay the wood. This is your Burger Smokehouse pregame show. We are just moments away from kickoff. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this. It's time to accelerate. What's Accelerate, you ask? Oh, just the hottest new magazine to hit the Lake area, covering high school sports in Eldon, Osage, Versailles, Camden, and Lebanon. Also covering health, wellness, fitness, and nutrition. With 4 seasonal issues every year, pick up the most recent issue at most local retailers or at all covered schools to get expert insight, pictures, feature articles, and much more. Also, download the Accelerate app on your smartphone to get up-to-the-minute scores. So if life is slowing you down, don't live another minute without your copy of Accelerate.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Cargill, Hy-Vee, Lake Regional Health System, Polylift, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, and Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
And we're back here to wrap up our Burger Smokehouse pregame show from Riley Field in California, Missouri. Sean Cooper, William Holtz bringing you live high school football. We thank you guys for tuning in to Lake TV tonight, whether you're watching us on Como Channel 90, Charter 197, or streaming online at mylaketv.com. It is time for kickoff. So Shaw looks like Osage will receive. I'm not sure if they or California won the toss. I would assume the Pintos probably did, defer to the second half. Of course, Nick Riley back to receive for Osage. One note, one of the many injuries suffered by the Pintos this year, their kicker, Jose Magana, he's out tonight. He suffered an injury, as his teammates told me, suffered an injury in dodgeball, of all sports.
All right, football fans, make some noise.
And it's a little squibber. They're fielded at about the 30. And then across the 40, nice tackle there on the play. That's Wolken, junior quarterback on special teams, making the stop. And on the return for the Indians, that's Jalen Spriggs, the senior. So good starting field position here for Osage. They're going to have a 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. Look as if California's strategy on special teams was just to squib that one. So Wheeler now rolls, throws into the flat, looking for gains, although this one's blown dead at the line of scrimmage prior to the play. Sean, starting to get chilly here on these Friday evenings, and of course, as we move into the later part of the fall season, start getting, and so it's going to be a referee error. They did not mean to throw the flag, but Sean, as we get closer to Thanksgiving, makes you think, man, football season at the high school level, as we get close to postseason, really just getting warmed up at the professional level.
You're exactly right, William. It's it's exciting times right here. The weather's starting to change, and getting some exciting matchups happening.
Dylan Riley with the carry for the Indians. Tough to bring down, as about 4 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6 now. One thing, I was talking with Coach Albertson before the game, and he says the rate this Indian team turns the ball over, they're able to come up with a couple of takeaways and get on the board early. You really never know what could happen. Now Riley in motion. That's Nick Riley. He gets the snap. Now he's across midfield, and he's into Pinto territory, and he has a 1st down. We're going to give him 8 yards and a Pinto 1st down. Kirby with the stop for the Pintos. He came in leading California in tackles. Empty backfield. Wheeler now steps up in the pocket. Back shoulder in and out of the hands. He was looking for Edwards. That falls incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So Wheeler under center, Dylan Riley in the backfield with him. It's going to be a inside give on the in and around. That's Dupay now. He's outside. He's got good yardage inside the 35. Down to about the 34, and that's another Osage 1st down. 3 plays into this drive, the Indians already down to the 34-yard line of California. Wheeler now inside give. No, he'll keep it on the quarterback option outside, and he's sandwiched there by a couple of Pintos. Kyle Hofstetter in on the stop as Wheeler called his own number. He has 5. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Play action now. Wheeler outside the pocket now, throws across his body looking for the end zone, and he's got Edwards into the house for the touchdown. And just like that, the Indians on the board just a minute 23 seconds into the game. It's a 31-yard pass from Zach Wheeler, and he finds one of his favorite targets, Jason Edwards. We talked about him in the pregame.
Not surprising, William. Very, very tough team to defend here. You know, they're a very, very balanced offense. You know, 170 yards average on the ground and 160 yards in the air.
Yeah, that's the definition of balance. The hold by Riley. The kick is up by Edwards. And it's going to be dead ball now as we have a flag. But one thing I want to talk about, what a throw by Wheeler across his body, was flushed out of the pocket and with ease threw that on a dime 40 yards down the field. And just like that, the Indians on the board.
Well, obviously that's a tough pass. You know, you're rolling away from a right arm and throwing left.
So the kick is up and it's good by Jason Edwards. So just a minute 23 into the game, it's 7-0 Indians. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a Polylift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
Yeah, we're back here on Lake TV. Big shout out to our friend Mike Staten with the California radio team. The man was born out of control and he stays that way. Of course, Mike has Homeland Realty here in California, Missouri, and does a nice job with the radio for the Pintos. So just like that, Sean, the Indians take just 5 plays. They go 59 yards in a minute 23 seconds. And Wheeler with his 15th touchdown pass of the year. So Edwards with the kick, fielded inside the 10. And nice return here for the Pintos up to the 33-yard line. That's a 25-yard return for number 30 of the Pintos, Jacob Adams. And the Pintos will start 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Boy, Edwards, pretty kick on the play. California comes out, 4 wide receivers, split both sides of your screen. Wilken the handoff inside. That's Friedmeier, and nothing doing as the Indians stack him up a yard behind the line of scrimmage. First man there, David Warmoth for the Indians, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 11 now.
I got to come back over to this side.
Wilken now takes a snap, and he'll call his own number on the read option, and the Indian front 5 says absolutely not. Austin Magnuson, DePay lead the way for the Indians, and Wilken does take it back to the initial line of scrimmage, but that's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. So 3rd down and 10 now. Wilken has the sign. He'll come on, and one thing California really wants to do is not give it right back to the Osage offense. So 3rd down and 10 now. It's going to be the screen of the flat. He's got Friedmeier, but right there, Austin Magnuson, and the play does gain 6 yards. That'll bring up 4th down and 4. Magnuson, just such a dynamic player for the Indians, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 4. And I know it sounds crazy inside your own end this early in the ball game, as it's only 7-0, but 4th and 4, I think California may go for it, and they will. 4 wide receivers. Corey Friedmeier back in the backfield with Wilken, who takes the snap under center. Oh, and just like that, the hard count gets the Indians, and when you're in a position like California's in, you have to have a few things go your way, and that's one right there as they draw Osage off sides, and that's an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, it's great to see. It's great to see. I'm sure that's something they've been working on.
Saw a handful of that a week ago in the Camdenton-Joplin game. I'll tell you what, Coach Shore, quarterbacks always stress the hard count, and almost be silly not to. I mean, with as antsy as high school kids are, get in a situation 5 yards or less, why not try it? You know, first few seconds on the play clock. So still out of the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Friedmeier in the backfield with Wolken. It's a quarterback option. Nice pitch. Friedmeier bobbled it momentarily, and then he controls it, and he has it up very near midfield. We're going to give him 4 yards up to the 49-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Try to keep you guys updated on area action tonight as we have Accelerate Sports getting us updates as frequently as possible. Of course, the Eldon game of much importance for everyone watching this broadcast. Out of the shotgun now, it's read option. Wolken keeps it, but nothing doing. And back in the backfield with the stop, number 27 for the Indians, Hunter Davidson, the junior, also in on the stop. Number 81, James McCann. So once again now, 3rd and 8. California failed to convert on their first 3rd down attempt tonight. Wolken takes a snap, steps up in the pocket, and he has his target right there. That's caught and across the 45-yard line, and that's a 1st down. And that's number 30 for the Pinto, Jacob Adams, and nice job by Adams. He caught it about 3 yards shy of the sticks. Nice job fighting for extra yardage, and that's another 1st down. And California now inside of Osage territory. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 44. Wolken now the option, other side. Friedmeier has a hole. There he is across the 40, across the 30, inside the 25, and taken down at the 14-yard line. Looked like he was brought down by a horse collar. Friedmeier, though, no flag, all the way down to the 14-yard line. And just like that, 34 yards later, California's knocking on the doorstep. So 7:18 now left in the first quarter. California, nice job mixing it up on offense. And out of the shotgun, 4 wide receivers, split both sides of your screen. Wolken now takes the snap, inside give. Friedmeier inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. That's going to be a 5-yard gain, and really impressed what I've seen from the Pintos here on this opening drive.
Well, what you're seeing, William, is execution. You know, they take the gamble right there, you know, on their own 40-yard line on a short opportunity for a 1st down. They get them to jump, and it's turned into, you know, continuing the drive all the way down now with the position in the red zone here to capitalize on a score.
So 2nd and 5 now outside. Friedmeier now cuts inside the 5, and he will score from 9 yards out. And just like that, California answers the call. They're on the board with 6:28 left in the first, and it's Friedmeier. We spotlighted him in the pregame, and beautiful job on the option outside. He cut back inside, finds a hole, and he scores. And how about that for California's regular season home finale as we see our Christopher Wagner Farmers Insurance fan cam, and fans love that here at Riley Field, and why wouldn't they, Sean? And the extra point, no good on the play. That's Liam Schatzer, the junior, filling in as Magana is unable to play tonight, and that could loom huge down the stretch. It's 7-6 Indians. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum-quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
Back here on LakeTV in California, they are not going to go away. There's a muff at the live ball, and we'll see who has it. I think Osage able to recover, but boy, that one very nearly disastrous. And in on the recover, Jalen Spriggs, but boy, interesting play, and Osage does hold on to the football, but that one was very nearly tragic for the Indians. What you saw was a low liner and just bounced off the legs of Spriggs, and very wisely he was able to fall on it, but boy, that was a wild play.
That was a close call.
So 1st and 10 now, ball at the 39-yard line. Wheeler, the pitch outside. Nick Riley, the ball carrier, and he's upended and taken down there after a short gain. In on the stop, number 33, Corey Friedmeier, and Friedmeier all over the place here in the early going. So 2nd down and 7. Here we go now. Dupay back to Wheeler. It's a trick play. Looking deep. He's got his man. And in and out of the hands of Jason Edwards. Just a touch too far. Edwards had a shot, and I like the creativity on the trick play by Coach Devin Johnson. Was a reverse quarterback option pass. Dupay came across the play, throws back across his body to Wheeler, and he had Edwards wide open, just unable to connect, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
All right, Bigfoot fans, it's 3rd down. Make some noise.
So 3rd and 6, Riley Field should get loud here. Trip wide receiver, bottom of your screen. Wheeler now throws the other side, and that time Edwards has the catch and the 1st down to the 48-yard line of California. Wheeler now inside give. That's Riley. And taken down right there in the backfield. Nice piece of tackling. Not sure which Pinto was there, but nicely done. That was Kirby, the senior linebacker. He limits Riley, or he limits Nick Riley to a 3-yard gain. So on 2nd and 7, Osage remains out of the shotgun. Quarterback option now outside. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by the Pintos inside the 40. Look at him go down to the 26-yard line. And it's Corey Friedmeier, our spotlight player of the game. He's done it all so far. He has a big touchdown run, a few tackles, and now a fumble recovery. And not just a recovery, but a very, very nice return.
Oh, it's a great return. You know, we talked about this in the pregame, William. We're talking about Osage not taking care of the football, you know, and it's first turnover of the night, and we'll see what happens.
Tell you what, a team like California, you do not want to let them hang around because they're full of young players. And one thing about younger players, they're typically a tad bit more emotional. And emotions can loom huge when it comes down to the stretch. Wheeler now looking for the end zone. He has his man, and it's caught. Touchdown on the play. What a throw. What a catch. And from 27 yards out, the Pintos are all over the place. Jacob Adams, he's on the receiving end this time, and the Pintos take the lead. They're up 12-7.
Just a little bit of energy, just a little bit of excitement, and you see what happens.
Boy, and I love Coach Albertson right after the turnover. Come out and take a shot, and it pays dividends as it's Jacob Wolken, finds Jacob Adams from 27 yards out, and just like that, the Pintos, they lead for the first time tonight. Liam Schatzer now. 2-point conversion across his body into the end zone, knocked down by Dylan Riley very wisely. So after the failed 2-point conversion attempt, the Pintos lead 12-7 with 5:08 left in the first quarter. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a poly lift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Back here on Lake TV, and I'll tell you what, California with the takeaway, and they capitalize immediately. Just one play, 27 yards as Jacob Wolkin throws a nice ball. Hits Jacob Adams, and 12-7. And we said, you know, if Osage turns the ball over earlier and California can capitalize with a score, look for these Pintos to be in the ball game. And I know that we're just halfway through the first quarter, but if you were to tell anyone that's rooting for California, any coach on the staff, any player, any fan, any parent, that the Pintos would be up 12-7 here tonight with 5:08 left in the first, I guarantee you this, they would have taken it. Squib kick now inside the 30. Edwards picks it up at the 21 after a deflection across the 30. Now the 40, taken down at about the 44-yard line. Very nice return by Jason Edwards. And we talked about all Edwards does well with the punting, the kicking, the receiving, the defending. Well, he also does that. He returns kicks.
Oh, he's a fantastic athlete. You know, they obviously use him in a lot of different situations.
Track star as well, isn't he?
Oh, he's a fantastic athlete all around the board. I mean, the young man went over 13 foot in the pole vault. He threw the javelin this year. I believe he was in the top in the state. Just a fantastic young man.
You love athletes like that, and you love seeing guys that go out for more than one sport because it keeps you out of trouble all year round. 1st and 10 now. We'll see how the Indians respond, and it's Nick Riley gets the carries across midfield, and he very close to the first down sticks. He has about 9, taken down by Kirby. That'll bring up 2nd down and 1. Strobel also in on the stop for the Pintos, so 2nd down and 1 now. Wheeler under center. Gives it to Nick Riley. He's got the 1st down and much more, and he's across the 40, taken down there by Friedmeier and Adams, but not before he picks up 10 yards and another Osage 1st down now. So just like that, the Indians inside their 40-yard line, inside California territory. Wheeler now rolling into the flat, and he's hit. That's a fumble. Jacob Wolkin gets it. A sack strip, and Wolkin, beautiful job. Wheeler did a great job recovering the fumble, but he just didn't see Wolkin coming from his backside. Boy, what a job, and the Pintos are fired up. We do have a California Pinto down here on the near sidelines. We'll take a short commercial break, folks. Don't go anywhere. This one looks like it's shaping up to be a barn burner.
I'm open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
We are farmers.
It's a new look,
A new location.
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family owned. Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
And back here on Lake TV, William Holt, Sean Cooper from Riley Field, and still have a player down here on the near sideline. We'll stay here, Sean. I'll tell you what, Pinto's coming up fired up, very nearly forced their 2nd turnover.
Well, William, that's what it takes. It's just a little bit of excitement. You get a young team, you get some athletes on board, and all of a sudden you got a game changer.
Yeah, certainly. Now, we do have some score updates. I see you're checking the phone. Anything worth mentioning?
Well, we do have some scores around the area. You know, you've got Camden playing Glendale at Glendale. Tough game already scoring. Both teams scoring at 7-7 there. We've got Eldon. Eldon's playing Hallsville. We've got Eldon up 7-0 over Hallsville. And then we've got Versailles hosting Southern Boone, and it's 7-0 Southern Boone.
Yeah, I will tell you that Eldon game big, because if Eldon can win, they'll travel to Osage next week to play in the district opener. That's a game that'll be on Lake TV. And tell you what, an incredible rivalry. But you talk about district playoffs, you get Coach Jolly's squad heated and playing well, and they could go into Osage and knock them off. I mean, not obviously make a prediction, but I just tell you, you get into district playoffs and you get to play your biggest rivalry, anything can happen.
Well, and I think one thing with that being said, you know, they probably want another shot at Osage.
Yeah, certainly. And I will tell you, the injured Pinto, Luke Freeman, and just cannot avoid the injuries, and unreal. Another guy goes down. So Wheeler now on 2nd and 20. Into the flat, he's got DePay now, and nice piece of tackling in the flat. I'll tell you what, nice job outside. That's Wolkin, the quarterback, and he is having himself a wonderful ball game already.
Well, it's a great pass and a great catch right there, you know, get some of that yards of real estate back after the penalty.
Boy, I'll tell you what, really a nice spot for California. Looked like he was inside the 40. They spotted at the 41. It's 3rd down and 12. Into the flat, Wheeler hits his target. That's Edwards swinging forward, and he's very shy, about 3 yards shy of the first down stick. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 2 or 3 now. 3:33 left in the first. Dakota Henry, the Pinto, there first with the stop. So 4th and 2. Osage still on the field. Wheeler out of the shotgun, looks towards the sideline, looking for a sign. California fans, they'd love to see a stop, and they'd love to get the ball back in the hands of this offense. Wheeler inside, he gives it to Riley, who's got the first down and then some. Inside the 20, taken down to about the 16-yard line before being taken down right there. In on the stop, Gunner Banquet looks like. Mistake, I was going to say, I don't even think he's playing. Strobel actually with the stop. I was going to say, man, Banquet made a miraculous comeback and finds his way on the field to shock us all. 1st and 10 now, inside give. Dylan Riley, and he's stuffed right there inside the 15 and about the 14, just a couple yards. Kirby with the stop for the Pintos. So 2nd down and 8 now, and Osage burns the timeouts. We'll take a short commercial break. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
chances are you'll be back! Mention this Chances Are commercial on Lake TV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
Back here on Lake TV, and it's the Indians now knocking on the doorstep. They have 2nd down and 8 at the 14-yard line of California, Sean, but it's the Pintos with the lead. They're up 12-7 with 2:42 left here in the first quarter. They'd love to hold the Indians to a field goal attempt here.
Well, California's taken obviously some advantages, some opportunities, some mistakes on Osage's part, and they've capitalized on them right now. They've got the lead.
Certainly, so 2nd and 8 now. Here's the handoff, and that's Dylan Riley. He has just a couple of yards before being taken down by Wolkin, as well as Jackson Traxel, the senior. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 now. DePay checks back in for Myers, who gets a break here on 3rd down and 6. 2:20 left in the first quarter. You're watching this game on Lake TV. Wheeler the pitch outside. Now the end around to DePay. He's got a clear path to the end zone. He dives, and I think he's there from 12 yards out, and it is. It's an Indian touchdown on 3rd and 6. It's the 2nd time we've seen that reverse. Nicely executed. And DePay from 12 yards out gives the Indians the lead, 13-12. So we'll see if Osage elects to try the extra point, and they won't now. They're going to elect to go for 2. See if they can't grab the 3-point lead. So Wheeler now. The handoff to Nick Riley, and he rumbles. No, he stopped shy. Traxel and a couple other Pintos in on the stop. So Jackson Traxel there. And the Indians lead 13-12. We got a great game brewing here from Riley Field. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
Increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
And we are back here on Lake TV, and just like we're accustomed to seeing from Osage this season, they come right back and answer the call, regain the lead, and 13-12 now. What a first quarter we've had, Sean.
Well, it's been very exciting, William. You know, we got some creative plays coming out of Coach Johnson, the Osage Indians, putting some points up on the board, which is expected.
Edwards now the boot, and it's a high end over end kick, fielded inside the 10. Full head of steam now, and look at the young man go now. Across the 30-yard line up to the 34. Nice return on the play. That's Hofstetter, the big tight end, the junior with the return, and nicely done. California has it 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. So 1st and 10 now. We'll see if California can march down the field. C.J. Myers showing blitz here. Quick, and it's recognized. Traxel now on the flat across the 40, and he's still on his feet. Down to the 45-yard line, 1st down, and that's a veteran move by Jacob Wolken. He saw the blitz coming off the end, and he made a quick decision. 1st down and 10 now for California. So 1st and 10 now. Wolken out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers, split bottom and top of your screen. Osage once again showing blitz. Quarterback option outside Friedmeier now. Trying to get outside, and he does. And Friedmeier now across midfield. He'll be taken down there. Jason Edwards with the stop, but 5-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 5.
That brings up 2nd and 5 over the Pintos.
Oh, wow.
So 2nd down and 5 now, and California, they do not look like a 2-6 team up to this point in time.
No, they don't, William. They're executing extremely well. They're taking advantage of all situations right now, and they're operating in full steam ahead.
Wheeler now into the flat, looking for Traxel, overshoots him. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Number 80, Jackson Traxel, incomplete. That brings up 3rd and 5 on the Pintos.
So we're inside a minute to play, Sean. And we've had 2 scores, both teams. I will tell you now, Osage has 1 turnover, very nearly 2 on the sack strip by Jacob Wolken. I'll tell you what, Wheeler not only didn't see him coming, but then he did a nice job to recover the fumble and minimize the damage. So on 3rd and 5 now, it's the option once again. The ball's on the turf, and it is picked up right there by Dylan Riley. And we just talked about California yet to turn it over, and just like that, they do so. So Dylan Riley comes up with the fumble recovery, and Osage, wonderful field position, 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Osage is definitely taking some advantage of some situations right here. We've got a defense that's very athletic. They can run sideline to sideline, and they've got 24 takeaways on the year, William. So they're getting the ball.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, really nice job on the edge by number 27 for Osage. Hunter Davidson really sealed the edge and forced Wolken to make a quick pitch outside, and Riley now in the backfield taken down by Wolken and Adams. He loses 2 yards, and it looks like the Pintos sniffed that one out as we're now inside of 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. They're going to call it a 1-yard loss officially, and I think California is heated up. They're playing as good as we've seen them play yet this year. So Wheeler looking into the flat. He's got McCann now, who's across the 35, inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. That's good for 22 yards and an Osage first down.
Well, a great throw, a great catch. We got 14 seconds left on the clock. We'll see if Osage can take advantage of the situation.
Well, I'll tell you what, McCann just snuck past the linebacker. No one picked him up, and tell you what, nice throw, and standing there all alone. McCann does the rest. Good for 22 yards and another first down for Osage. Wheeler now, the quick pitch outside to Nick Riley, and he's taken down at about the 27-yard line. We're going to call that a no-yard gain. That's going to conclude our first quarter of play. So, ladies and gentlemen, Osage holds the slim lead. It's 13-12 over California. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Cargill, Hy-Vee, Lake Regional Health System, Polylift, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, and Rick Paul Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
And we're back here on Lake TV, and after one quarter of play, it's anyone's ball game. Osage up 13-12, and what a game we've got so far, Sean.
Oh, it's a great game, William. We've got, California that's, they're stepping up. They're taking advantage of all the situations they possibly can at this point. There seems to be, at this point, they're outperforming, Osage. It is a close game. Osage has got the lead, but they've turned the ball over a few times to allow California to get back in this thing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's early, but California really controlling the tempo up until that first turnover. We'll see what Osage is able to do here as they've got it 2nd and 10 at the Osage 27-yard line. Direct snap to Nick Riley, and he's got good yardage inside the Pinto 20-yard line. They're going to mark that at the 16-yard line, and that's good for 11 yards and another Indian first down. Boy, Nick Riley comes in leading the Indians in rushing, and he's looked very comfortable running the football against this Pinto defense at times. Although California, they know he's going to get the football, and he's going to get it often. They've really done a nice job zeroing. So Wheeler now outside, gains, and he is hit hard. What a hit outside, and nice hit. That's number 24 for California, Strobel, and really Wheeler delivered that ball a little too high. Drake Gaines.
Just a little late.
Yeah, he was forced to reach up, and that makes you vulnerable to the defense. And bone-rattling hit by Strobel. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now. 11:43 left, and we do have a flag. This time we'll see if it's a real flag or is it a... I'll tell you, so far today we've seen 2 penalties. And they're going to call dead ball encroachment against California, so that'll bring up 2nd down and 5. But twice tonight we've seen the flag on the field, and they've waved it, so we're a little extra cautious about the penalty situation tonight. Wheeler on 2nd and 5. Inside give, Dylan Riley outside, and he's taken down by a slew, Friedmeier, as well as Adams. And Traxel in on the stop. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5 now. California looks very, very good so far. Really making it a ball game. And makes you wonder when you see them look this good with such limited amount of their starters out there, what would happen if they could have stayed away from the injury bug. And what a throw and catch. And Jason Edwards' 2nd touchdown of the night. This one from 12 yards out. And the Indians extend their lead. It's 19-12 now, 11-10 left in the 2nd quarter. So Edwards now to attempt the extra point and make it an 8-point ball game. The kick is up, and it is no good, so it remains a 7-point game with 11:10 left in the second quarter. The Indians lead 19-12. We'll be right back after this.
It's time to accelerate. What's Accelerate, you ask? Oh, just the hottest new magazine to hit the Lake area, covering high school sports in Eldon, Osage, Versailles, Camden, and Lebanon, also covering health, wellness, fitness, and nutrition. With 4 seasonal issues every year, pick up the most recent issue at most local retailers or at all covered schools to get expert insight, pictures, feature articles, and much more. Also, download the Accelerate app on your smartphone to get up-to-the-minute scores. So if life is slowing you down, don't live another minute without your copy of Accelerate.
Back here on Lake TV, and it is a 7-point game after Jason Edwards catches his second touchdown of the evening. And Edwards, a kid you really, really like, Sean.
Well, he's a great athlete. You know, he's tall. He's got great hands. He's got some good speed. You know, Osage is a tough team to defend, William, as we talked earlier in the show. Got a lot of weapons, and he happens to be one of them.
Yeah, and I think this is a very, very big possession here for California. You know, you get the lead, you very nearly get the sack strip. And I'll tell you what, you have to credit Wheeler, who never saw Wolken coming earlier. He recovers. That possession leads to a touchdown to take the lead, and then your defense gets a takeaway, and Wheeler capitalizes again with a beautiful throw. 12 yards out, hits Edwards, and so far it's 19-12, and like I said, California, very big drive upcoming. And there's a squib this time off the knee and fielded right there very wisely at the 36-yard line. That's number 41 for the Pintos. And I don't actually have 41 on that roster. We'll check our backup roster here for the Pintos. And I don't have a 41 on the roster. I apologize, folks. And that's Dustin Bonecutter with the recovery. So 1st and 10 now for the Pintos. They have it at the 37-yard line. Wolken calls his own number. He'll be taken down at about the 39-yard line. First Indian there, number 52, Jacob Mason with the stop, one of the defensive leaders for the Indians. Dylan Riley also in on the stop. We call his name often and early, and we don't reckon that'll change anytime soon. So 2nd and 8, now 10:40 left here in this first half of play. We'll try to keep you all updated on other scores around the area. I think Versailles now down 19-0 against Southern Boone, and Versailles really hoping. So Wolken now calls his own number, has 3 yards before his helmet pops off. He's up to about the 42-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Magnuson with the stop, and on 3rd and 5, we'll see if the Pinto offense can't move the sticks. Very, very big offensive series here. Inside give, and stopped at the 40-yard line for maybe a loss of 1. Friedmeier unable to get anything going. He actually loses 1. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 6 now for the Pintos. Well, you know, Sean, obviously 4th and 6, obviously a punting situation in most instances, but only down a touchdown, and with your defense showing the inability to stop Osage's offense thus far, you may consider going for it. I mean, what do you have to lose? So 9:20 left here in the first half. And it's blocked by DePay and fielded inside the 25. Going for the punt, Liam Schatzer. And it's DePay with the block, and Schatzer recovers. But Osage takes over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line of California, and that proves to be disastrous if you're California. Traxel really took his time getting rid of that one, and DePay, no one picked him up, and tell you what, that had to have hurt on a cold evening. Traxel, big kid, really got into that one, or Schatzer, sorry, really got into that one. So here's Wheeler now. Steps up in the pocket, looking for the end zone, and knocked away. Nice play. It was Drake Gaines, the intended target. Strobel there, step for step, knocks that one away. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now. Strobel makes a couple of nice plays already tonight. It's a big one. So Wheeler now on the ice set under center. Takes the snap, the give now to number 12, Ian Riley, and he's going to be taken down at about the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 10 now. California's defense making it tough for Osage here. We'll see what the Indians draw up on 3rd and 10. Under center is Wheeler now. He's going to roll to his right now, throws back across, and nobody there. So nice job by the Pinto defense putting pressure on Wheeler, and they had the screen sniffed out, nothing doing. That's going to bring up 4th down and 10, and Sean will tell you, for California, they were up 12-7, and it's been 12 unanswered points by the Indians, and they have it here knocking on the doorstep. But you've got to give California's defense credit, keeping their team in the ball game.
Well, they've stepped up to the plate, William, that's for sure.
So 4th and 10 now. Wheeler steps up now, looking for the end zone, and overshoots his man, C.J. Myers, and the flag is out in the end zone, so that'll set up the Indians 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. And California fans calling the ball was uncatchable, but really tough to get a good gauge unless you see the receiver uninterfered with. I think the officials may be talking this one out. And they won't now. You thought they may pick the flag up, and California urging the ball was uncatchable, but they throw the flag, and the Indians going to get a fresh set of downs. They're going to have it 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
That's a tough break there, William, for California on 4th and 10, getting a penalty.
It's Ian Riley now. He's inside the 10 all the way down to the 6-yard line. We're going to give him 6 yards, bring up 2nd down and 4. So Ian Riley spelling his cousin Nick Riley in the backfield. Try to keep an eye on and see if Riley is okay on the far sideline. Try to have an accelerate score update here momentarily. So on 2nd down and 4, inside give to Dylan Riley, and nothing doing. California stays home. Nice job. First guy there, Dakota Henry. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. Third and 4 here in the 2nd quarter now. 7:30 left in the 1st half. Wheeler, the pitch outside to Ian Riley, cuts inside, and he's taken down in the backfield. That's a loss of 2. Traxel in on the stop, and now the Indians faced with decision time, and Edwards coming onto the field. He'll attempt to make this a 2-possession ball game now. This is going to be a 27-yard field goal attempt. We know Edwards has the leg. We'll see if he can knock it through. The hold by Riley, the kick, and it's going to be wide right and short, so the Pinto defense does a wonderful job keeping their team in the ball game, and it's just a 1-score game with 6:52 left in the 1st half. I think Edwards tried to guide that one just a little too much. He really got it high up in the air, and it was not just short, but it was also wide right.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity for Osage, William, obviously. But, California capitalizing with their defense holding. Now they got an opportunity to come back and get back in this ball game.
Yeah, indeed. Pintos do what they have to do defensively. They're going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. No, they mark it up at the 20 for whatever reason. I thought wherever the hold was, which would have been the 17, but nonetheless, still 19-12. 1st and 10 for California. So California burns a timeout. That's their second of the first half, so we'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum-quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger's Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger's Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burgers.
There's the inside give now as we're back here on Lake TV, and bottled up in the backfield is Friedmeier after a short gain. We'll give him 1. That'll bring up second down, a nice 9, and then Wolken actually, the ball carrier, as he called his own number. So we do have an accelerate score update. We'll fill you in on here after this 2nd and 9 play. So Wolken in the backfield, split backfield. Takes the snap. Got to be a pitch, and bottled up by Nick Riley for a big loss. That's Strobel, nothing doing, and that's a loss of 6 on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 15.
Again, William, we talked about this in the pregame show. You know, very, very talented defense here. They've got speed from sideline to sideline, and that's what you saw right there. California trying to string a play out and backfired on them. We got a 12-yard loss in result.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 16, officially a 7-yard loss, they call it now. So 3rd and 16, 5:35. We'll see what Coach Albertson draws up. Wolken takes the snap now, steps up in the pocket. He fires now, looking, and deflected by Austin Magnuson. That one falls harmlessly to the turf and obviously brings up a punting situation for the Pintos.
That was a close call there, William. That was an opportunity for an interception. California got a lucky break on that.
So Schatzer into punt. They might give him a couple extra yards here, as the last punt attempt was blocked by Dalton DePay. Schatzer now. This one he does get away. Gains back to return. Fields at his own 49-yard line now. Trying to get outside, and he's taken down there at about the 47-yard line. So a short return. Nice coverage by California. And Osage takes back over 1st and 10 at the California 48-yard line.
That's a fantastic kick there, William. We're talking about a young man kicking out of his own end zone.
Yeah,
and we're
very
backing
nice.
up all the way to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, field position such a huge part of the game, and that time Schatzer does a nice job trying to turn it around. Osage does have it inside California territory, though. Wheeler now quick into the flat. He has Edwards, and coming up to make the tackle, Strobel makes that stop, and that's going to go for a 2-yard loss and bring up 2nd down and 12. And California's defense not much faded by the offense's inability to move the ball down the field and score the last quarter plus here. Wheeler remains in the backfield with nobody else. 5 wides. Throws quick here. He's got Nick Riley now across the 40. He's taken down by Dakota Henry, but not till he makes his way up to the 35-yard line, and we have 15 yards and an Indian 1st down on that connection. 4:35 now left in the first half. Ian Riley in the backfield with Wheeler. Riley gets the give on the inside quick hitter, and he makes the first couple of guys miss, and he has 6 yards down to the 29-yard line. Brings up 2nd down and 4 now for the Indians. Sam Kirby now runs off the field to spell him, number 41. That's Bonecutter. Wheeler now steps up now into the flat. He's got his man. That's McCann down to the 20-yard line. That's an Indian first down as they continue to move the sticks. Henry with the stop for the Pintos, but Osage just too many possessions here in this first half. Knocking on the door once again. 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Into the flat now. Gaines with the reception on the far sideline. He falls forward and very close to first down yardage as Dakota Henry with the stop. Gaines has 9. That's going to bring up 2nd down and short now for Osage. Clock continues to run. We're inside 3.5 minutes here in the opening half of play. Wheeler under center. The inside give to his tailback. That's Magnuson gets the rare carry. Now, I don't know if he has the first down or not. Very close to first down yardage. I spotted at the 10. Looks like he's just short. That'll bring up a 3rd down and inches. Direct snap now to Dylan Riley. Taken down in the backfield, and what a piece of tackling. Sam Kirby with the stop, and Riley loses 1. That'll bring up 4th down and 2 now. Sam Kirby comes into the ball game leading the Pintos in tackles and makes a big-time stop behind the line of scrimmage as Corey Friedmeier checks out of the game. Same play this time. Dylan Riley has the first down inside the 10 and into the house for a touchdown from 10 yards out. And it's 25-12 now as Osage pads their lead. Just like that, Osage takes advantage of the short field, and they move 48 yards and score on the legs of Dylan Riley. So Jason Edwards in to attempt the extra point. Dylan Riley with the hold. The snap is high. Got it down. It's up, and it's good this time. So Edwards converts the extra point. There is a flag on the field. We'll wait for the call, but as it stands, it's 26-12. They call running into the kicker. They'll assess that on the ensuing kickoff. So with 2:24 left in the first half of play, Osage leads 26-12. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a Polylift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
Back here on LakeTV, and the Indians cap off the 48-yard drive. Dylan Riley on 4th and 2 from 8 yards out finds the house. Riley's 7th touchdown of the year. So Edwards now set to kick here for the Indians, and still 2:24 and a timeout for Coach Albertson's Pinto team to try to do some damage before the break. Even though a 2-score game now, Sean, the Indians started with the football, so California is going to get the football to start the second half. So if they can find a way to grit it out and score here before the break, like we say so often, anything can happen. Jason Edwards now. High end over end kick. Fielded at about the 24-yard line now. And nice job getting outside here. And the stiff arm there on the return. That's number 81 for the Pintos. Hofstetter takes it all the way up to about the 34-yard line, and that's where California starts 1st and 10. Sean, we've seen a lot of option stuff here for California. See what they don't do here. We're trying to mix it up, maybe take a couple shots down the field.
Well, I think they have to, William. We got 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the half. California's got to take a shot at this.
Wolken now on the option. It's pitched outside by Friedmeier. Fields it there now inside or across the 35 up to the 36, just 2 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 8. Nice piece of tackling by McCann for the Indians. Score update over there, Sean. It looks like got some scores here as the Accelerate score update tells us what?
Well, we do, William. We've got scores in and around the area. We've got Lebanon over Parkview 14-0. We've got Southern Boone 22 over Versailles 0. We have Eldon and Hallsville. We got Eldon leading Hallsville 14-0. Camden and Glendale. We got Glendale 28, Camden 14. And we've got Kickapoo over Waynesville 14-0.
So did you say Camden or Glendale leads that game?
Glendale's leading 28-14 over Camden.
Gotcha. So flag here now. Looks like delay of game. We're going to back it up 5, and Osage elects to burn a timeout here with a minute and a half to go in the opening half. It's 26-12. We'll be right back after this.
Chances are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
Chances are you'll be back! Mention this Chances Are commercial on Lake TV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
On Lake TV, and it is nearly halftime show, folks. Don't forget, don't go anywhere. It'll be your Polylift Boat Lifts halftime show right here on Lake TV following the completion of our first half. It is 2nd down and 13 now for the Pintos. They have it at their own 30-yard line. Nice job here by Wolken. Now he pitches it back. Creative little play by quarterback Jacob Wolken. That goes for 12 yards, very near a Pinto first down. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. Friedmeier with the carry, and Sean, not your typical option play as Wolken chose to split the defense and then makes a nice pitch out to Friedmeier. And Corey Friedmeier has 12, and this much more manageable here on 3rd down. Minute 24 left now, 3rd and short. Jacob Wolken, empty backfield, lines up under center. Calls his own number, and he hits a wall, but nice second effort, and Wolken falls forward and has the Pinto first down as we approach a minute to play. His helmet flies off, but not before he picks up a first down and gives the Pintos a fresh set of downs. So it looks like we'll have a stoppage in play as California maybe burns their last time out. They do indeed. So with a minute 15 left, we'll take a short commercial break. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this. And we're back here on Lake TV with 1:15 to go. And it's the California Pintos trying to do some damage here with just a little time left here. 1:15 officially here in this opening half. And the Pintos have it 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Wolken out of the shotgun, 1st and 10. Takes the snap now, looks towards his left, airing it out, looking for Adams, and he overshoots him. That one falls harmlessly to the turf. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Oh. So that just takes 5 seconds off the clock now, 2nd down and 10. Wolken takes the snap now, rolls out of the pocket. He was under pressure now, airs it out, looking for Kirby. He's got him and just out of the reach. Sorry, Jacob Adams rather, and Adams reaches up one-handed, tries to make the catch, and able to haul it in. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Wolken now the quick hitter. Oh, it's a little hook and ladder. The ball's on the turf and recovered by the Indians. Drake Gaines comes up with the fumble recovery. And boy, the Pintos trying to get a little too cute. And they turn it over inside a minute to go. And Osage now 55 seconds and 2 timeouts to go 52 yards. Boy, a very costly turnover as California looked to be knocking on the door. It was a hook and ladder. The completion was made to Hofstetter. He pitched it back to Friedmeier, and the exchange hits the turf, and Drake Gaines with a fumble recovery. Wheeler out of the shotgun. Dalton DePay comes in motion, takes the snap. He's across midfield. Pushed out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. He has 5 yards. The clock does continue to run, and Osage burns their 2nd of 3 timeouts. Will remain right here, and looks like Glendale Sean starting to pull away from Camdenton. They tack on another, and it's 35-14 in that one. Boy, what a big turnover there by the Pintos. Play was set up nicely on the hook and ladder, but
well, it's a difficult play to execute, William. You know, you got many, many components there. You actually have to make work to, you know, pull off a successful play. They completed part of it, but didn't complete the second half of it. Yeah. Again, like you said, very costly mistake.
So Osage now looking to add to their 2-score lead here before the break. California will get the football to start the second half of play.
Well, and this is the last thing you want to happen if you're California, William, is to give Osage the opportunity to score again before halftime. They've got too many weapons in their arsenal and too much time on the clock to have an opportunity to go 45 yards.
So we'll wait and see what California's defense does here. 2nd down and 5 now. Wheeler takes a snap, steps up in the pocket. He airs one out, looking, and nice job by Edwards. He turns into a defender. Comes back and knocks it away. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. Nice job there. Jason Edwards does a nice job playing defender as that one underthrown severely. Brings up 3rd down and 5. So So 39.8 seconds remain here. Osage 1 timeout, California out of timeouts in case they're able to get a stop here. Wheeler now takes the snap, steps up in the pocket. He's looking for gains. Comes back inside and very nearly intercepted. Nice job. That's Strobel on the outside, and he's done a very nice job shutting down Drake Gaines today. So 4th and 5 now. And the Indians will look to punt. No reason here to go for it and give the Pintos a short field. When it comes to risk and reward, you really risk too much when you're already up 2 scores. So 33 seconds left. We assume Osage will be punting with Jason Edwards standing at about his own 38-yard line. And there's the punt. No one back deep, and nice punt by Edwards. That one's going to bounce and be down by Gaines at the 11-yard line. So California, no timeouts in just 23 seconds. You wonder if Coach Albertson doesn't just take a knee and go into the halftime down 14. So California radio man Mike Staten says take a knee, but Coach Albertson says no way. Low snap. Wolken now throws it deep looking for McCann, and he overshoots him by about 3 yards. McCann was pulling away from Drake Gaines, but you like the call there. Take a shot, why not? Down 2 scores.
I think you're right, William. Take a shot. You got 17 seconds left in the game. You're trailing right now. Take a shot at it.
Yeah, I mean, always in this situation, you're always kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. But if this ball game comes down to a 1-score game and you didn't, you certainly would wish you'd have taken a couple of shots, you know.
You would always question yourself, you know, what to do in that situation.
Then again, if you throw a pick 6 here and you lose by 1 score, you're really second-guessing yourself. That's why you and I are up here calling the game and not on the sidelines coaching. Now, Wolken calls his own number on the quarterback draw. Lowers his head. He's across the 16-yard line, taken down there as McCann helps him up. And the clock will run out, so that's going to conclude our first half of play. Osage leads 26-12. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the Poly Lift Boat Lifts halftime show.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Cargill, Hy-Vee, Lake Regional Health System, Polylift, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, and Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
Open. I'm Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
We are farmers.
It's a new look,
A new location.
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family owned. Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
Increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
It's time to accelerate. What's Accelerate, you ask? Oh, just the hottest new magazine to hit the Lake area, covering high school sports in Eldon, Osage, Versailles, Camden, and Lebanon, also covering health, wellness, fitness, and nutrition. With 4 seasonal issues every year, pick up the most recent issue at most local retailers or at all covered schools to get expert insight, pictures, feature articles, and much more. Also, download the Accelerate app on your smartphone to get up-to-the-minute scores. So if life is slowing you down, don't live another minute without your copy of Accelerate.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger's Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger's Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger's Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a Polylift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
Chances are Restaurant and Lounge in Lori is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Lori, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
Chances are you'll be back!
Mention this Chances Are commercial on LakeTV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a Polylift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
It's time for the Polylift halftime show. If you want the best lift on the market, then go with Polylift. Now to the booth.
Welcome back. Polylift Boat Lift halftime show here from Rhineley Field. You're watching on LakeTV. William Holtz joined by Sean Cooper from Accelerate Magazine tonight. And Sean, really pretty good first half, back and forth in the early going before Osage was able to pull away. But boy, California, they really gave Osage about all they wanted in that first half.
Well, they did, William. They came out and they played ball. You know, they took advantage of a few opportunities there with some Osage turnovers.
Yeah.
Capitalized on them and made it a ball game there in the first half. Late in the first half, Osage seemed to settle in a little bit better in their offense, started taking advantage of all their weapons, and started pulling away here a little bit there at the end.
Yeah, it was 12-7 as we're late in the first quarter, and it's 19 unanswered points. by the Osage Indians, and they lead by a score of 26-12. Our statistician Steve Wickham now gave me the numbers, and I'll tell you, for California, pretty good first half by Corey Friedmeier for the Pintos. 7 carries, 65 yards. He also had that big fumble recovery for 21 yards. He's got 1 catch, and obviously the touchdown run earlier when the Pintos gained the lead. And for the Indians, Wheeler looking very, very comfortable tonight. He's 11 for 14 for $125 and 2 scores. Both of those scores to one of his favorite targets, Jason Edwards, who has 5 catches for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then another guy I got to talk about, Nick Riley, 7 carries, 61 yards in the first half. He's been very, very efficient. And if it wasn't for one long run that he had, California's really bottled up Riley so far.
Well, they have, William, but again, we talked about this in the pregame show, how balanced this offense is.
Yeah.
They're 50-50 split down the middle on what they actually can do, and they're giving the ball to a lot of different people, and it really makes it a tough offense to defend.
Yeah, and one thing I'll say as we approach the third quarter here, this first possession for California, as they're going to start the second half with the football, is so crucial, because with the way this Indian team plays, if you go 3 and out and you give the ball right back to the Indians and they score, I would say ball game over, because they'll be up by 3 scores at that point in time and they'd have all the momentum. So what that means here for California, this first drive is do or die. You have to put everything into this drive, and you have to come away with some points.
Well, you got to come out and you got to establish a possession. Yep. You got to take control of this first half. As you said, you don't want to give Osage the ball, but let's not forget a very, very difficult defense to score on. A lot of athletes, they're only giving up 14 points a game. So, again, you got to come out and you got to establish a possession. You got to put some points on the board and get some confidence.
Yeah, and it was early in the ball game when 7-6 as Osage had a slim lead, and the fumble recovery by Corey Friedmeier, and then right after that, Coach Albertson calls for them to take a shot. And it was a touchdown on the far one to Jacob Adams, and it looked like California was going to make a ball game of it. But like we said, Osage, 19 unanswered points. You have the 2 touchdown catches by Jason Edwards, and Wheeler really, really looked good. Not only did he have the 2 touchdown catches, but don't forget the sack strip that he had earlier in the ball game as Jacob Wolken came from his blind side. Ball was there. Wolken had the sense of mind. Wheeler had the sense of mind to recover it. These 2 quarterbacks, both juniors, I get them flipped all the time. But if it's not for that, California, with the lead and the football, has an opportunity to really gain that momentum and keep it going their way.
Well, you're right about that, William. But I tell you what I like is, you just mentioned it. Zach Wheeler, he's stepped up. You've got a young man right here developing. He's getting better every week. Yeah. He's getting more consistent every game. And they're going to be a major threat down the road.
Yeah, Osage looking to probably play host to Eldon next week. They're in Kaiser, Missouri, home of the Osage Indians. And, boy, any way you chalk it up, we're going to have that game right here on LakeTV. And for California, if they're able to win tonight, they would travel to Versailles. But if they lose, it's a much farther trip on 70. You're going to go up to Oak Grove, and that team very, very tough.
Haven't seen the stats on Oak Grove, but I heard they're a pretty tough team.
Very tough team. State champion back in 2014, and that team does a lot of things well. But still a second half of play tonight. We'll have to take care of business. We'll be right back on LakeTV with the rest of the Polylift Boat Lift halftime show.
Polylift Boat Lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a poly lift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Chances are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. off Highway 5 in Lori. Come find out what makes us so special and
if you're here once,
chances are you'll be back. Mention this Chances Are commercial on Lake TV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
Tighten it up. Back here on Lake TV, not sure what tighten it up means. What we mean is the defense of the California Pintos. They're going to get the ball first to start this second half, and like we talked at throughout the post or the halftime show, Sean, big possession. Look for them to try to maintain possession of the football, move down the field, move the sticks, and really try to put Osage on their heels because, like we touched on, you never want to count a team out. But I'm telling you, I've seen this Osage Indian team play too many times, and if you're Californian, you come out, you give the ball right back to Osage after a 3-and-out, and they score, it'll be ball game. So you have to put all your marbles in one basket, and that's this first possession if you're Coach Albers and the squad. So that's going to conclude today's Poly Lift Boat Lifts halftime show. Sean Cooper, William Holtz, don't go anywhere, folks, as we're going to be back on Lake TV with the second half of this one.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Cargill, Hy-Vee, Lake Regional Health System, Polylift, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, and Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
And we are back on Lake TV as we are set to start our third quarter of play, and the California Pintos get the football to start our second half, down 14. And I'll tell you, like we talked about during our Polylift Boat Lift halftime show, Sean, such a crucial possession here. Look for California to come out, and I'd like to see him take a shot. You saw after the turnover, Wilkin aired one out, taking a chance, and they scored. So we'll see if California can't come out and get something going in the second half. Starting to get chilly as I throw the jacket on. I did promise this to one of the coaches up top. We hope they don't take me up on that offer. I could be in trouble. Those Osage coaches, they look mean, but they're not really. So Edwards now set to kick for the Indians. A slew of Pintos back to receive inside their 15-yard line. Folks, I don't know if you're ready or not, but we are set to start our second half of play. And we do have a timeout as we're having scoreboard issues here in California. So we will take a short commercial break. We'll be right back to start the third quarter after this.
It's a new look,
A new location.
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family owned. Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
And we're back. Got the scoreboard issues taken care of. Edwards, the kick, bounces and fielded at the 20-yard line now with some room across the 30 up to the 35-yard line before being taken down there. Nice return. Yeah, that's number 81, Hofstetter for the Pintos. So that's where California starts their first possession of the second half, the 37-yard line, and it is 1st and 10. Always love coming here to California, Sean. The hospitality always wonderful. They got a cooler here in the press box we have full access to. I'm not really sure if we have full access to, but I've always helped myself.
I don't doubt that about you, William.
Wilkin now the snap on the option. Pitches outside to Friedmeier, who tries to beat Gaines to the outside, and Gaines gets the stop along with DePay, and Friedmeier up to the 41-yard line. We'll give him 4, brings up 2nd down and 6. Second down and 6 now, and some speculation here on the California side. May have been a late hit by DePay, but no yellow on the field, so we'll keep playing now. 2nd down and 6. Wilkin, quick hitter. He's got his man. Bounces off a would-be tackler. That's Hofstetter, but DePay in to clean it up, and that's just 1 yard for Hofstetter, who brings up 3rd down and 6. And talked about is, Sean, have to be able to move the chains, have to be able to keep your defense off the field here in this opening series if you're the Pintos. And with 3rd and 6, interested to see what the Pintos go with on this 3rd down. Wilken now, and very wisely just throws that close to the feet of Friedmeier. They were trying to set up a screen, and it's C.J. Myers sniffs it out early and stays home. Brings up 4th down and 5 now here as we start this second half, Sean. And just like we talked about, if you're not able to get points, your defense gets all the pressure put right on their back, because Pinto defense in a must-stop situation here.
Well, they have to, William. They don't have a choice. They've got to stop the ball this time. Unfortunately, they're going to have to punt, and they're going to have their defense come out and make a big stop.
Schatzer back to punt. Fields it there and very nearly blocked again, but good punt. Takes a California batch. Drake Gaines back inside his own 10. He fields it at the 5. Great coverage by the Pintos, and they have Drake Gaines bottled up at the 11-yard line. And that's where Osage starts their first possession here of the second half. 1st and 10 from their own 11.
Brought down by number 31, Kyle Riley.
So there are a lot of things done well here tonight by the Pintos, including nice punt and great coverage there by the special teams unit. Osage now, they start with Ian Riley in the backfield at tailback, and we've yet to see Nick Riley here recently. Wheeler now steps up into the flat. He has McCann, who catches it at the 16 and then turns upfield and makes a nice attempt after the catch. He's got about 9.5, very near the 1st down marker. An official measurement here.
Right there, William, shows you confidence in your players, confidence in Zach to throw the ball where he wants it, and your receivers to catch the ball. They're on their 5-yard line, and they're making plays.
So scratch the official measurement now. They call a 1st down. DePay hauls that one in and taken down immediately by the defender. That's good for 3. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Tell you what, Wheeler, 11 of 14 in the first half. He comes out completing his first 2 passes, so I like what Coach Johnson does. Let's get him back in rhythm, some quick hitters, and Riley now 13 of 17 on the night. Continues to impress. Here's the option now outside Ian Riley. A nice piece of tackling. You're going to get a horse collar on the stop on the far sideline as he was dragged down from behind by his shoulder pads. So that's going to be a 1st down on the penalty. So it looked like Radcliffe the culprit on that one, and that's going to move the Osage Indians up to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 now, 9:57 in the 3rd. Wheeler in the backfield, Riley the single setback. 4 wide receivers, 3 bottom of your screen. Wheeler now, quick hitter. Outside he's got Gaines. Gaines tries to make the first guy miss. He will not. Dakota Henry with the stop. A nice piece of sound tackling. And Sean, this number 2, Dakota Henry, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with for the next couple of seasons here in this Tri-County Conference. He's got a lot of reps spelling Gunnar Banquet, who was injured early in the season, and Henry has looked really, really comfortable playing at the varsity level.
We talked about that, again in pregame, William. We got a lot of younger guys stepping up with injuries happening.
So 2nd and 7 now, 9:15 left. Wheeler sees something in the defense he doesn't like, and Osage forced to burn their first timeout. So with 9:13 left in the 3rd quarter, we'll be right back after this.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
Increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
Back here on Lake TV for Friday Night Lights game of the week, and it's our Week 9 rendition. And here we are, Riley Field in California, Missouri, to conclude our regular season. Of course, district playoffs start next Friday night, and we'll be in Osage, where it looks like the Eldon Mustangs and Osage Indians square off. That should be a good one. So 2nd down and 7 now. Ball's at the 45-yard line. Osage comes out, empty backfield. Wheeler steps up in the pocket, now being flushed, directs traffic, throws, looking for gains, and overshoots him. Very dangerous pass as California defender nearly had an opportunity to make a play on that one.
Well, he did, and that's, one of the first times we've seen Zach miss his target. He had a guy wide open, had him open by about 5 yards, and just overthrew him, William. Tough throw. He was scrambling. Tough throw.
Yeah, on the move. He did a nice job to elude the pressure brought from California, and California doing a nice job limiting the big plays of Osage thus far. So 3rd and 7. Wheeler now rolls towards his left, throws across his body and in and out of the reach of Jason Edwards. And nice job by the Pinto defense. They hold and looks like they're going to give their offense another shot, only down 2 scores.
Well, they've done exactly what they needed to do, William. They had to come out, stop Osage right here. Now they got to get the ball back and they got to go make a score. They got to make something happen.
Exactly right. Defense does their part. Be nice to see if the California special teams can make a big play. Looks like, can't tell if that's Friedmeier, I think, back at his own 21-yard line. Edwards gets rid of that one. Great kick. Bounces, takes a California bounce and goes out of the 17-yard line. Well, it's going to be a 37-yard punt officially. And California takes back over on downs. 1st and 10, their own 17-yard line. So here we are now. California huddles up inside their own 10. 8:52 left in the 3rd quarter. For those of you anxiously awaiting an Accelerate score update, we owe you one, and we'll deliver after this. So 1st and 10 now. Wolken with the snap, the inside give. It's Friedmeier on the quick hitter. He's across the 25 all the way up to the 30, and that's 13 yards and a 1st down. So your Accelerate score update, Sean, what's the scores?
Well, with all the games getting underway, we're back in action around the area. We've got Lebanon and Parkview. We've got Lebanon 28-21 over Parkview. Southern Boone having a good night, 43-0 over Versailles. Eldon shutting out Hallsville. It's 29-0 over there. Camdenton and Glendale. We've got Glendale 35-14, and Waynesville Kickapoo, we got 14-0.
Who's up in that Waynesville Kickapoo game?
Kickapoo's leading.
So there's your area scores. Of course, the Waynesville Kickapoo game for those Camdenton fans trying to keep an eye on around the Ozark Conference. Of course, Camdenton looks like they will host an opening round district game next week at Bob Shore Stadium. Of course, we'll be in Osage for the Eldon Osage game. It will appear, of course, that not set in slate. So 8:37 left. 2nd and 10, California has it at the 31-yard line. Inside give and quick hitter, a nice piece of running, and here goes Friedmeier across the 50 inside Osage territory. He's down about the 46-yard line. So 28 yards by Corey Friedmeier. 1st and 10 at the 41. Sean still got Burger Smokehouse snack sticks here to snack on if you get hungry, buddy.
Well, it's either those or the carrots, William. I'm not sure which way I'm going.
So Wolken now. Play action. Fakes the handoff across the middle of the field. He's got his target down to the 19-yard line. That's Adams. Jacob Adams all the way down to the 18-yard line.
You'd like to see California come out right here, finish this off with a score, and they've done what they needed to do. So let's see if they can close this thing out right here.
Well, what a job by Wolken, the quarterback, on the play action. Really sold it and then delivers a strike to Adams. That's good for 23 yards and a Pinto first down. So Friedmeier back in the ball game. 4 wide receivers, split both sides of your screen. Wolken takes the snap, the inside give to Friedmeier. He's across the 15, down inside the 15, down to about the 12-yard line. We'll give him 6. And look out, the Pintos knocking on the door here, down 2 scores in the third quarter. So 7:20 left here in the third quarter of play. California just fails to go away in this one. 4 wide receivers, trip set, bottom of your screen. Friedmeier, the single setback. Wolken takes the snap. Flushes now, throws one into the end zone. It's going to be a jump ball, and very dangerously looking for Adams. That falls harmlessly to the turf. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Edwards defending across the field. So we've got a flag on the field. I'll wait for the officials. I speculate regularly and am regularly wrong. So we'll let the officials sort it out.
Unfortunately, William, this is the last thing that we want to see happen right here if you're a California fan.
Yeah, it's going to be a chop block, and that's going to scoot them back. Going to be 2nd and 20 now. So that's 16-yard loss, 2nd and 20 now for the Pintos. You're right, Sean. Last thing California wanted to see, Wolken out of the shotgun. The blitz is coming. The inside give to Friedmeier. Ball's on the turf. Still on the turf, and I don't know who has it. I think, boy, Osage had an excellent opportunity. The ball continued to bounce around.
Well, it's tough to have a positive play, William, when you got your defense 2 yards, deep in the backfield. Didn't even have a chance to operate before that ball hit the turf.
California does recover. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 26. They need to make it all the way down to the 9-yard line for a first down. So 3rd and 27, and just when the Pintos were knocking on the door, they self-destruct, back themselves way up, and it's 3rd and forever. Wolken now on 3rd and forever, back in the pocket. He airs one out, looking for Adams. He's got him there. Adams hauls it in and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pintos from 35 yards out. Are you kidding me? You wanted an answer? Jacob Wolken gives you one. 35 yards, and Adams scores the touchdown.
Just when things were looking bleak, it backed them up. They lost 2 bad plays in a row, and they come out with a touchdown. You got to love that right there.
And what a throw by junior quarterback Jacob Wolken. I mean, that was right in the breadbasket of Adams. He caught it in stride, tumbles into the end zone, and the Pintos pull within 8. So it's a 1-score game now. Shots are in for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So we've got a 7-point ball game with 5:48 left in the third. The Osage Indians, they lead 26-19. Of course, we'll let you look at the fans. They love that one on tonight's Farmers Insurance Christopher Wagner fan cam. Of course, thank our friend Christopher Wagner for providing the fan cam for you guys. One-score game, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's time to accelerate. What's Accelerate, you ask? Oh, just the hottest new magazine to hit the Lake area, covering high school sports in Eldon, Osage, Versailles, Camden, and Lebanon. Also covering health, wellness, fitness, and nutrition. With 4 seasonal issues every year, pick up the most recent issue at most local retailers or at all covered schools to get expert insight, pictures, feature articles, and much more. Also, download the Accelerate app on your smartphone to get up-to-the-minute scores. So if life is slowing you down, don't live another minute without your copy of Accelerate.
And we're back, folks, and talked about it. If California's offense came out in the second half and went 3 and out, their defense had to get a stop or ball game over. Guess what? California's defense does just that.
They've done exactly what they needed to do to get themselves back in this ball game.
Yeah,
it wasn't out of reach.
And a little squibber fielded there at the 31-yard line. Actually really works out well for the Pintos. And on the recovery, very wisely, that's Jalen Spriggs. The senior falls on that one. And now Osage back out, and they up just 7 points, Sean. We'll see what Osage does here. And, of course, California's defense, all the momentum at this point in time.
Well, Osage is going to have to come out right here and establish a possession. You know, they need to get a possession here, take it down the field, and put a score together.
So 1st and 10. Wheeler under center. The give is the number 27 this time. The Pintos there stop him after a gain of just 1. Hunter Davidson, he gets the carry. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 now.
Also in on the stop, number 2, Dakota Andrews.
Wheeler now under pressure, throws in the flat. He's got gains, but he's bottled up and taken down there. So California's defense all over the Indians. That Strobel pushes him out. That's his 6th tackle of the night, and he's had a couple of deflections as well. So 3rd down and 6 now. California has the Indians on their heels now, really. All the momentum at this point in time swinging in the direction of California. Wheeler out of the shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Davidson in the backfield, looks and overthrows Gaines, does Wheeler. So that's going to bring a 4th down and 6, and with 5:15 left in the 3rd quarter, California looks to have forced the Indians to punt once again, and California really, really does a nice job. I wonder what Coach Albertson said at the halftime to this Pinto team, but starting to gain momentum.
They're fired up, and they're doing exactly what they need to do to take control of this ball game. And if you're an Osage fan, you'd want to see Osage respond a little bit different. To come out here, establish possession, and rebound after that score.
Good punt, 50 yards officially down to the 16-yard line. So a nice job by Edwards as he's going to pin the Pintos back inside their 20. Here come the Pintos now. Wolken out of the shotgun. Trips receiver on the left side. Wolken outside. Inside. And ooh, big time hit coming across the play. Jacob Mason on the stop. So Friedmeier with the carry. Tries to cut back across the set. Had some daylight if he was able to get past that initial Osage defender, but good piece of tackling. That brings up 2nd down and 9 now for the Pintos. Boy, California has to be happy to be in this one. This late in the ballgame, only a touchdown. And Osage, one of the better teams in the state of Missouri. C.J. Myers coming off the blitz. Wolken now out of the pocket. He's still on his feet. Jacob Wolken now looking for Friedmeier. He's got him at the 32, and he's taken down at about the 32-yard line. Sorry, the 37. But what a job by Jacob Wolkin to elude the pressure. And that's going to be a first down for the Pintos that gained 20 yards on that play. What a job by quarterback Wolkin. Once again, we continue to sing his praises.
Well, he's doing a fantastic job. You got a young man right there that's scrambling, doesn't lose his composure, and comes up with a big play.
Yeah, certainly a nice job by Friedmeier to stay alive and give his quarterback a big option. Friedmeier now on the carry, and he's pushed back and plays down. That's Austin Magnuson with the stop, an all-state player. A year ago, Magnuson, just a motor for the Osage Indians.
Well, the Indians amazing. They got, like I said, we've talked about the talent they have on the defensive side, but, you know, it's led by their linebackers. You know, they got 4 fantastic linebackers out there that are basically leading this defense for the Osage Indians.
So 2nd and 10 now, ball the 37-yard line. 3:25 left in the third quarter. Throws over, throws intercepted by Ian Riley at the 45. Cuts back across the 40. Still on his feet and taken down there in Osage. Big time takeaway. They give it back to the offense at the 37-yard line.
Again, Wayne, we talked about that. You know, Osage is great at taking the ball away. They stepped up and did what they needed to do and came up with a big turnover.
Well, Jacob Wolkin, not many times tonight has he made a bad decision. And that time he overshoots his target. And Ian Riley, he was covering the far receiver. He's able to get a read and cut in front of the ball and makes a nice play. And then a nice return as well. He has 18 yards on the return in Osage now. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Riley gets rewarded. He'll stay in the game at tailback. Play action now. Into the flat. Drake Gaines on the bubble screen. Lowers his head and then rumbles forward for about 11 on the second effort. That's a Osage first down. And Drake Gaines shows you why he's so dangerous with the football in his hands.
Brought down by number 2, Henry.
Dakota Henry with the stop for the Pintos, but not before Osage gets the first down. Ian Riley's still in there, so I assume something's happened to Nick Riley. Ian now lowers his head. He's inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. He has 9 yards, very close to first down yardage. It brings up 2nd down and 1.
Well, you're right, William. You do wonder what happened with Nick. You know, Ian's carrying the bulk of the weight on his shoulders. With the
Magnuson now across the 10, inside the 5, still on his feet and taken down at about the 4-yard line by Adams. And we get a flag, maybe a personal foul after the play. We'll wait for it. Looks like it's going to be 1st and goal now. I'm not exactly sure where they'll spot the ball, but half the distance from the 4 would place it 1st and goal from the 2-yard line here as we wind down on the third quarter. Just 2.5 minutes remaining. So Dylan Riley takes the direct snap, puts his head down, looking to score. I think he's very close. We have no indication yet. And they're going to mark him down inside the 1. That'll bring up 2nd down and goal now for the Indians. Same play now. Dylan Riley rumbles forward this time into the end zone, and he scores. So the Indians now regain a 2-score advantage with 1:56 left in the third. Dylan Riley, 2nd of the night, 8th of the season. And with 1:56 remaining in the third, Osage regains that 2-score advantage. That's going to put all the pressure right back on this Pinto offense.
Well, you know, Osage has come out and done exactly what they needed to do. They needed to come out here and establish their game again, get back on track, and put some points on the board. And they've done just that.
Done just that. And the extra point by Jason Edwards is up, and it's good. So the lead stands at 14 with 1:56 left in the third quarter. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
Open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
We are farmers.
It's a new look,
A new location.
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family owned. Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
Back here on Lake TV in California, they were gaining all the momentum in this game, Sean. They had the touchdown, got the stop, marching down the field, and it's a big-time interception by Ian Riley, and his cousin Dylan Riley punches it in from a yard out, and Osage now up 33-19, but still a lot of football left to be played. Edwards, the kick, it's short, fielded out about the 27-yard line now across the 30. That's Bonecutter. He's up to the 35, and he'll be taken down there, and that's where California starts this possession, the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, minute 49 left in the third. So Southern Boone all over the Tigers. Have another accelerate score update. The Eagles up 49-0 at Audrey J. Walton Sports Complex in Versailles, Missouri. Lebanon and Parkview, they're close. Lebanon holds 28-21 lead as we enter the fourth quarter there. Myers now, blitz on the outside. Here's the quick throw. Caught right there by Adams, it looks like. He has about 9 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 1. And tell you what, if Osage is going to continue to give you these 7, 8, 9-yard patterns, still so much football left, don't stop if you're California. Continue to take what the defense gives you and keep it. If you can score here, keep it a one-score ball game down the stretch. Anything can happen, obviously. And we'll see if Osage defense continues to give that blanket coverage now. See, Gaines gets a little closer, as does Riley, top of your screen. Wilkin now, the inside give, a nice piece of tackling. That's Jacob Mason with the stop in the backfield. Throws him for a 3-yard loss, and Jacob Mason came into this ball game with 8 tackles for a loss. That's number 9. And he continues to beat his man off the ball nearly every time. What a handful he's been for offensive lines all season long. Jacob Mason continues to keep the rich tradition of interior defensive linemen alive for the Osage program. 3rd and 3, inside a minute to go, 35 seconds. In the third quarter now, Wilkin calls his own number on the quarterback draw, tries to get outside, and he's taken down at the 41-yard line, and there's going to be a late hit against the Pintos, and that's a flag that now handcuffs your team in a big way, because 4th and 4, think about going for it, but with the personal foul, it's going to be 4th and 19. Going to be forced to punt the ball, Sean. So Eldon and Hallsville now final. Eldon wins 35-8, so they hold on to that 7th seed. They're going to travel down to play these Osage Indians next week in Kaiser. So 4th and 18 now. And on 4th and 3, you'd consider going for it. But 4th and 18, backed up deep inside your own end, you don't think you roll the dice. That's probably going to... No, and actually with just a half-second differential between the game clock and the play clock, California going to be forced to snap the ball here. Nice punt. Gaines calls for the fair catch, and he has it at his 34-yard line. That's a 39-yard punt. And that'll
another fantastic kick by their punter.
Leaves 0.1 seconds on the clock. So 1st and 10 now, Osage here, and this will be our last play of the third quarter. Osage up 33-19, and they have it 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And a flag on the field now. So as we false start, so 5-yard penalty against Osage. They'll be backed up to about the 30. First and 15 now. Still 0.1 seconds left here in this third quarter. This will be the final play of our third quarter. I am interested to find out, Sean, we've yet to see Nick Riley in the latter part of the second quarter and at all here in the second half. Davidson now. The carry gets about 3 yards of the penalty back. That'll bring up second down and 12. We'll see that second down and 12 play to start our fourth quarter. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this. Back here on Lake TV as we get ready to start this fourth quarter of play. 33-19 your score here from Riley Field. And Sean, it comes time now for these California Pinto seniors. 12 minutes left potentially. And most likely, this is the last time, whether win or lose, these seniors get to play here at Riley Field.
Well, this is a must-stop for them, too, William. Right now, right here, you know, they have got to come up with some big plays. They've got to stop Osage if they want to have a chance at this.
Certainly. So here we are now. Wheeler now on the flat. He's got McCann now across the 40. Makes the first guy miss, still on his feet. And he's finally taken down at the 48-yard line. Picks up 19 yards, and that's an Osage first down now. And the ball's on the ground, up. I'm not sure who has the football. The ball popped up momentarily. And now Drake Gaines has the ball standing up, so Osage holds on to possession. A wild play, needless to say, right there. So Osage holds on to it.
Fumble on the play, number 15, Drake Gaines for Osage on the recovery.
Brings us up third down and 13 now, and California an opportunity to hopefully get a stop here. Under center's Wheeler. Rolls towards his left. And now under pressure, and he is sacked inside his own 40-yard line. Not sure who was there first, but it's Jacob Adams. Sorry, number 33, Corey Friedmeier comes through. And Friedmeier all night long making his presence felt. That brings up fourth down and 22, and the Indians going to be forced to punt it. So don't look now, folks, but California holds on to the slightest glimmer of hope down 2 with 10:46 left.
This is exactly what California needed to happen, William. Exactly what they needed to happen.
Well, got to credit Coach Marty Albertson on 3rd and 13 to dial up a blitz. What a risk right there, because if you get burnt deep, basically ball game over. But it's Corey Friedmeier. He was unblocked, comes in and takes down Zach Wheeler, and looks like the Indians going to be forced to punt. Yeah, you touched on it, Sean. Really exactly what California had to have, especially after the 2nd and 13, after the big play to McCann. They responded in a big way now. They're going to get the ball back here with over 10 minutes left to play. Well, now they're going to say it's 3rd down and 22. All kinds of confused. I don't know where the down got lost, but it's 3rd and 22, 10:46 left. So it looked like the far sideline marker had the wrong down indicated. They corrected. It's 3rd and 22. Wheeler out of the shotgun. Steps up, airs one deep, now looking, and Drake Gaines goes up and gets it. And from 60 yards out, Drake Gaines takes it to the house, but look out. Looks like Dalton DePay going to get flagged for an illegal block in the back, and not sure why.
An unnecessary penalty right there. I mean, he was already in the end zone.
Yeah, Gaines had the touchdown regardless. I'm not sure why Dalton DePay felt the need to shove the Pinto, but right in front of the official, you get the flag all day long on that. But what you see on that play, Sean, is Drake Gaines shows his ability as a big body to go up and pluck the ball out of the air. That ball underthrown, and Gaines does just what we've seen him do all year long. That's fight the defender and make the catch.
Well, jumped up between 2 defenders, pulled the ball down, sidestepped, took it to the end zone.
Right, should have been a 60-yard score for Drake Gaines, but instead you get the illegal block in the back by Dalton DePay. Still a great play. You can't take the catch and run away. Illegal block in the back really goes against the Indians, and California holds on now to this slight glimmer of hope. They're down 14, 10:36, and they're going to need a stop or a takeaway if they want to stay alive here. Out of the shotguns, Wheeler, trip wide receiver, top of your screen, Gaines lone, bottom of your screen. Wheeler calls his own number and takes it across the 25 down to about the 24-yard line. We'll give him 4 yards, brings up 2nd down and 6. Not exactly what I would want to see called if I'm an Osage fan. Have your quarterback call his own number up to this ball game. Not over, but you certainly don't want your quarterback taking a lot of unnecessary hits.
You definitely don't, William, not at this point.
So Hunter Davidson remains in as your single set tailback, as no word about Austin Riley. The inside give to Davidson. He's taken down there. Traxel looks to have the stop. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Third down for the Indians.
Oh, and DePay once again, a big-time false start. That's going to back it up from a 3rd and 4 now to a 3rd and 9.
This is what we talked about, in pregame again, William, is...
Yeah, false start on DePay, boy.
Is unnecessary errors, unforced errors and turnovers by Osage.
And we've seen a couple of them, and you hate to single the young man out because he's a heck of a playmaker, as Dalton DePay scored already tonight, but his block in the back and now his false start on 3rd and short really putting the Indians in a tougher situation than it would have been had that Drake Gaines touchdown counted. 9:20 left in the game, 33-19. Wheeler now steps up in the pocket, looks into the flat, and what a pass to McCann. That's a 1st down. That's a 10-yard gain. And
he's been on the money all night long. He's just throwing darts. He's hitting his targets. The guys are catching the ball, and they're getting downfield.
I mean, you don't typically see high school quarterbacks making those kind of throws, and what I mean is that ball left Wheeler's hand before the receiver even broke towards the sideline. He knew where he was going to be. He knew it had the soft coverage, and what a throw. And, of course, McCann right in his breadbasket makes the catch and has the 1st down. So 1st and 10 now, ball at the 16-yard line, and it's do or die if you're the Pintos. Must have a stop here. Wheeler across the middle, intercepted by the Pintos. Dakota Henry across the 20 and taken down by Gaines. And then you got an extracurricular shove to the head, and Gaines should be flagged. I don't know how you don't have a flag on the play because Drake Gaines shoved the head of Dakota Henry as a retaliation. I do see a flag. Looks like California's flagged for it, but this is getting messy and getting messy in a hurry because when the safety of the player starts being at jeopardy, you start to get concerned, not just as a coach, but as a parent as well. So the interception's wiped off the board. The interception by Dakota Henry goes for none as it's a roughing the passer called. Osage, a big break. They hold on to the football, and they'll have it 1st and goal now. But what I want to know is whether the roughing the passer stands or not. How do you not have the personal foul on Gaines? Shoves Henry in the back of the head as he's getting up. No flag. That's when it gets dangerous. Regardless, 1st and goal, Osage. They have it at the 8-yard line. California can't be happy. But I'll tell you what, whatever player for California comes in, you have to know what's the quarterback lets go of the ball. You have to let up because they protect these quarterbacks like gold. Wheeler now the give. That's Davidson, keeps his head down, still churning. We do have a flag on the play. Players flying, and my goodness, these officials better get control of this ball game and do it in a hurry. Osage with the hold, and I'll tell you what, this is getting chippy, folks.
Well, you hate to see stuff like this happen, William. This is a result of, a player taking advantage of a situation of frustration. They're getting frustrated on one play, and it's carrying over to 2, 3, and even 4 plays down the road.
Yeah, and I know it gets heated out there. You, as a man,
it's emotions.
Your emotions get the best of you anytime you compete. And if you're playing football, you obviously have that competitive nature about you. So, of course, things are going to happen. But at this point in time, we've seen a lot of extracurricular activity. If you're both head coaches, you don't want to see anyone get ejected. You don't want to see anyone get hurt. So we'll see if both coaches don't get control of their teams and if the officials don't start to take control of the game. So after the hold, 1st and goal from the 18-yard line. Wheeler the give to Davidson, and he's taken down at the 21, still on his feet now. Swung backwards, and that goes for a 4-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 22-yard line.
And then on the tackle, number 63, Grant Osage.
So 2nd and goal from the 22-yard line. And one thing about Coach Devin Johnson and his teams over the course of time, very, very disciplined. Are getting a little bit chippy, but they've done an excellent job all season long not letting their emotions get the best of them. Let's see if they can't continue to have that prove true. Now, Ian Riley, the direct snap, he makes everyone miss, has it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Looks like it was going to be stopped after about 3 or 4 yards, but with second effort, he gets about 10, maybe 12 even. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. Field goal makes it a 3-score game here. So on 3rd and 10, if you're the Indians, nothing real risky. Just maybe keep the ball on the ground, put it where you want it, and then have Jason Edwards put this game away with a field goal, because 3 scores and 6:50 left. Be tough, and there's all kinds of stuff going on here, and it's a false start here against the Indians. They'll back it up 5 more yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 15.
Again, we've talked about it all night, unforced errors.
All kinds of confusion now for the Indians, and they're going to have to burn their final timeout of the night. So it's 6:23. We'll take a commercial break. The Indians up 33-19. We'll be right back after this.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes,
increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
Welcome back, folks, to Lake TV's coverage of high school football here in California. In a must-stop situation, it's 3rd and goal for the Indians. Ball at the 15-yard line. Like I said just moments ago, a field goal makes it a 3-score game. Austin Magnuson in the backfield. He gets the carry, and he's bottled up and taken down at about the 11. He has 4 yards. And this will force Osage into decision time for Coach Devin Johnson. And he's going to send down his field goal unit. I don't blame him here. Like I said, you convert here, it'll be a 3-score game, and it's going to be about a 27-yard attempt. It's going to go down as 28 yards officially. We've seen Edwards hit from much further. Dylan Riley the hold. Edwards, the kick is up. And he missed it wide left, so the Pintos still alive, only a 2-score ball game. And they're going to take over 1st and 10 to 20-yard line.
From a California standpoint, William, that's the best thing that can happen right there.
Yeah, they're going to stay alive, but in the same breath, Sean, California's going to have to show a serious sense of urgency. Down 2 scores, you have all 3 timeouts, so if you can score, you're not forced to go for an onside here. Hopefully they can manage the clock and not use those timeouts with any clock management issues. You see that so frequently across football at all levels, even in the high school or even in the college and professional. It's important here. California is on top of their game. So Wolken the pitch outside. Friedmeier trying to get outside, and he's still inbounds and takes it up to the 24-yard line. We're going to give him 5 yards officially. That brings up 2nd down and 5. And California going to have to move quicker than this.
They're going to have to speed up their tempo, and they're going to have to open it up. They're going to have to open up the doors a little bit here and start airing it out, William.
I mean, I can't for the best of me figure out why down 2 scores, 5 minutes left, California taking this much time to get back to the line of scrimmage. And the flat. Wolken has his man, and for the 29-yard line, that's just 4 yards, and Osage will let California do that all day long. Jacob Adams, the receiver who hauls that one in. That brings up 3rd down and short.
Well, you're right here, William. You know, whether it's a run or a pass in this situation, they're keeping the ball in bounds, and they're letting time run off the clock. And at this point, you've got California still getting in a huddle.
Yeah, and the play clock, keep an eye on that. Last time they snapped it with 11 seconds. And Wolken with the quarterback keeper. He does get the yards. The clock will stop as they reset the chains. But I'm not understanding why you still have Wolken coming to the sideline. You have to give him a series of plays and say, just run with it. We're down 2 scores. Time's running out. 4:28 left in the game. And California now, even with the clock stopping as they reset the sticks, looks like once again the Pintos aren't going to snap the ball till there's this time 10 seconds on the play clock. Wolken into the flat, has Traxel. This isn't going to get the job done, folks. 3 and 4 yards at a time without a sense of urgency is not going to cut it. We'll give him 4 yards, brings up 2nd down and 6. But you have to start taking shots if you're the Pintos. Now the Pinto faithful starting to let the sideline hear it. They are taking all day between plays, and with 3:38 left, California needs 2. Wolken now under pressure, throws it into the flat over the intended target's head, and we should have a roughing the passer here as well. Exact same play you saw in the interception. This one's not called. So 3rd down and 6. California just 3:32 left in the game. They do have all 3 timeouts. But as you've heard me harp on here the last couple of minutes, not a whole lot of sense of urgency by the Pintos. So 3rd down and 6 now. Wolken recognized the blitz, and here he goes across midfield down to about the 47-yard line. And then Edwards gives him a little extra shove. Wolken wondering, you going to throw the flag? Probably not. But that's a big-time play like quarterback Jacob Wolken recognizing the blitz. No one over the middle of the field. He takes every bit of that. And he has about 18 yards and a first down for California. Wolken now takes the snap. Hey, that one looking for the screen. McCann sniffed it out, and so Friedmeier watches that one sail over his head. Nice job by Wolken recognizing the defensive discipline, staying home on the screen. That one stops the clock. So 3:04, your situation is this. Osage leads 33-19. 0 timeouts for the Indians in California. They're down 2 scores. They've got 3 minutes, 3 timeouts. Improbable, but not impossible. Wolken takes the snap now, throws, and in and out of the hands. He was looking, Crammell looks like, yeah, Dylan Crammell, the senior wide receiver. First time we've seen him targeted tonight. That brings up 3rd down and 10 now. On the bright side, the play takes just 4 seconds off the clock. Brings up 3rd down and 10. And we have a flag. They call false start. Backs it up to 3rd down and 15. Not an ideal situation here if you're California. Osage looks to bring the blitz now, so if you're Wolken, look for up the middle. Wolken now throws, and DePay with the interception, and there goes Dalton DePay, an opportunity to redeem himself. Nice. The interception and the return down Osage territory, and that should seal the deal. Dalton DePay, the interception, and with 2:49 left in the ballgame, the Osage Indians have the lead and the ball. So 33-19, 2:49 left in the game and the regular season. And the draw now to Dylan Riley. He's taken down after a couple-yard gain. And
well, no surprise there, William. I think we'll see Osage keep the ball on the ground and try to run some time off this clock.
Brought down by number 30, Jacob Adams, and number 60, Rick Worthy.
California, as we suspected, burned their first timeout, so with 2:36 left. 2nd and 9 for Osage, and California can get a stop. They're going to run out of timeouts, and they'll get the ball back with under 2 minutes left. So, like I said a little bit ago, improbable, but not impossible. But if you're going to get something going, you're going to have to do it in a hurry for Coach Alberts and the squad. Boy, not to get ahead of ourselves, but next Friday night, if things hold up, it would be Osage playing host to the arch rival Eldon Mustangs, and boy, that should be a good one.
It will, William. That's something that happens.
Eldon all over Hallsville tonight, and of course, Osage looks to hold on. It'll be that 2-7 seed. So Wheeler out of the shotgun, 2nd down and 8, still passing the ball are the Indians. Edwards now, and he's going to be taken down about 3 or 4 yards shy of the first down. And I bet California calls their second timeout, and they do. We'll take a short commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
It's time to accelerate. What's Accelerate, you ask? Oh, just the hottest new magazine to hit the Lake area, covering high school sports in Eldon, Osage, Versailles, Camden, and Lebanon, also covering health, wellness, fitness, and nutrition. With 4 seasonal issues every year, pick up the most recent issue at most local retailers or at all covered schools to get expert insight, pictures, feature articles, and much more. Also, download the Accelerate app on your smartphone to get up-to-the-minute scores. So if life is slowing you down, don't live another minute without your copy of Accelerate.
Open. I'm Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
We are farmers.
Back here on LakeTV now, and with 2:25 left, California needs a stop. They're down 2 scores, and Osage on the verge of putting this one away and finishing the regular season at 8-1. And regular season that would be, they started this season against the Fulton Yellow Jackets, a game we had. Really close game, back and forth. Osage pulled away late, but boy, that point in time, I'm not sure we anticipated this Osage team being 8-1, but they are now. 3rd and 3, DePay in motion, takes the snap, and he's going to have the first down back outside, and there he goes. And he will score from 41 yards out. Dalton DePay nail meet the coffin, and with 2:17 left, it's now a 20-point ball game, and California watches DePay, and he beat him to the outside and then turns on the Jetson from 41 yards out. Dalton DePay puts this one out of reach.
Again, William, you know, Osage, multiple threats on offense tonight. There's been 6 to 8 players touch the ball, and there you see a kid, you know, take the ball 41 yards that typically doesn't run the ball.
And Edwards, boy, that kid's got a leg. The extra point up and good. So with 2:17 left in the game, the Osage Indians, they lead 40-19 over California. We'll be right back after this.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Cargill, Hy-Vee, Lake Regional Health System, Polylift, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, and Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
We don't have to be throwing darts here, big dog, okay? And we're back just in time for you to hear me yelling at Mike Staten, the radio guy here for the California Pintos. The man has lost his mind. And if you want to listen to the remainder of this one, make sure you turn to Cool 102.7 to listen to Denny Benny and his crew, because you do not want to hear what Mike Staten has to say down there. The man has lost his mind. And how long can they let him call high school football games on the radio before they start to care about who's talking about the program? He's giving me some grief back, folks. Welcome back to the broadcast. The Osage Indians up 21 with 2:17 left. And Edwards set to kick, slips on the kick, fielded inside the 5, still gets it down to the 5-yard line. And Jacob Adams up to about the 20 or 31-yard line with a decent return. So 2:09 left here in the ballgame, having a little fun with our friends in California. Love Mike Staten and his crew down here calling the game on California radio. And we have another score update brought to you by Homeland Realty. Eldon, final, they beat Hallsville 35-8. And Versailles, they're losing at home to Southern Boone. That game fit 49-0. Of course, that score update brought to you by Homeland Realty. Inside give this player now for the Pintos, number 14, Chris Menchaca. We'll wait for the PA announcer. Menchaca, they say. So Chris Menchaca, the senior running back in there, gets the carry, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down and 10 now as we are inside of 2 minutes to play. Wilken now fakes the handoff, throws now across the middle, and incomplete. Had a guy in and out of the hands, just unable to haul that one in. Hofstetter, nice attempt as he took a lunge at it, falls incomplete, brings up 3rd and 10 with 1:31 left. So 3rd down and 10 now. Wilkin takes the snap. Throws it, and low throw at his man there. That falls incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down and 10 now. Fourth and 10 now, of course, California going to go for it. Down 21, minute 28 left. I will tell you, though, for viewers watching this game, this is going to be a very, very good California Pinto team over the next couple of years. 4th and 10 now. Wilkin steps up, and that one knocked to the turf. Nice defense on the far sideline. Looks like Dylan Riley on the stop. So with 1:20 left, Osage takes back over on downs after the turnover on downs. So the Indians come in allowing just 14 points a game. California able to manage 19, and they hang in there the majority of the night, but Osage proves to be just too much, and they're going to prevail, and they'll finish their regular season at 8-1. And one thing to touch on after tonight's loss, the Pintos will fall to 2-7. From 2012 to 2015, they go 44-8 in that 4-year span, and this season lose 7. Not what you're used to, but like we said, a lot of injuries, a lot of players over the last couple of years have graduated. Interesting to see what California looks like next season. Of course, they do have an opening round district game. Not sure where that one will be. And the ball's on the turf, and it looks like California going to get the takeaway. And on the recovery, that's number 60 for the Pintos, Rick Worthy, the senior. What a way to end his high school career at home. I mean, comes up with the fumble recovery. You'll be in the newspaper for that, and that's solid play. California going to get another crack at it.
Well, William, I know there's only 1:13 seconds left, but this is the stuff that you hate to see. You hate to see Osage getting careless with the football. What we're looking for, going into the playoffs, coming up on next week and the following week is some consistency here. Not giving up the football.
My goodness. Hunter Davidson forces the fumble, and the Indians get it right back. Dalton to pay the fumble recovery, and boy, what a hit on the play. And just like that, California coughs it back up, and Osage now takes back over. So you exchange turnovers, and just about where we were at, about a minute to go in the ball game, and Osage about to put this one away, and leaves a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth if you're California. You get that takeaway, hope maybe march down the field, get a score, but what a hit. I mean, what a hit on the play, and of course the pay adds to his already impressive night. And as quarterback, the backup, that's number 2, Drew Edwards, the freshman, and takes the knee. So class move right here by Coach Devin Johnson, and looks like your final tonight going to be 40-19. The Indians come into California and win at a very tough Riley Field, one of the tougher places to play. And so 40-19 now. And it's third. It'll be third and about 16 after the knee is taken by Edwards. Edwards takes the knee back about the 44-yard line, and that's going to do it, folks. So Osage Indians, they roll at California there. 8-1 after a 40-19 win. California Pintos, they'll regroup, and they'll play on the road, most likely at Oak Grove a week from tonight. We'll be right back on Lake TV with your Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia postgame show after this.
LakeTV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Cargill, Hy-Vee, Lake Regional Health System, Polylift, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, and Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our four-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a poly lift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
It's a new look,
A new location.
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family owned. Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
It's time for the Rick Ball Ford Lincoln post-game show. Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, your one-stop shop for the most stylish set of new wheels. Now back to the booth with William.
Folks, we are back on Lake TV, and it's your Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia post-game show. It's going to be short and sweet tonight. Story of the night is just the Osage Indians. Too much for the California Pintos, who really made it a game here in the early going.
They did, William. They came out and they did what they needed to do early on and just couldn't pull it out.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Osage comes in as a heavy favorite and really a sound team fundamentally for the most part. Of course, one thing you worry about a little bit, Osage is still very careless with the football tonight.
They were, William, and you hope to see that change week in and week out. But as we said before, you're averaging 3 a game, and nothing's changed. We hope they can actually take strides going forward to take care of the ball just a little bit better.
Yeah, and Coach Johnson, he'll be the first to downplay the turnovers. But when you're averaging 3 turnovers a game, that could prove costly down the stretch. You get into the playoffs, and if this team is thinking they have a shot to win a state title, they're going to have to protect the football. But let's focus on the positive. Some big-time plays, and your player of the game tonight, Dalton DePay. Now, don't forget, he had a very big block in the back on a touchdown that would have sealed the deal to get called back. And then he also had a very big false start that moved it from a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and 8 on the very next play. How does he make up for that? How about a 41-yard touchdown run, an interception, and then also a fumble recovery? So although DePay was flagged for the block in the back, and we were a little critical of him, he did exactly what he needed to do to make up for those.
He did, William. Once again, like we talked about going on, he's an excellent athlete. He's a big target, one offensively, and he's going to come up and make some plays on defense.
Yeah, indeed. Another kid we want to talk about, Jason Edwards. We talked about him in the pregame. He had 2 touchdown catches tonight from his quarterback, Zach Wheeler, and Wheeler really looked comfortable for the most part.
Well, he did, William, and he was on target all night long. That's one thing that we actually, we as a group like to see, meaning, he was on target all night. He's hitting his targets all night long, and he was consistent. And that's great to see out of a young quarterback.
Yeah, the one time we did see a couple of errant throws, and then, of course, the interception that Dakota Henry, the sophomore, came up, made a great play on, but that was taken away on the roughing the quarterback pass. You will touch on just a bit. If you're a California fan, it did appear tonight that California was on the short end of the officiating.
Well, you hate to think anything like that can happen sometimes it's overlooked. Sometimes, it's just some misses.
Yeah, and obviously the final of tonight's game, 40-19. It's a 3-score game, so the officiating by no stretch of the imagination decided the outcome. You just feel for a team because you love Coach Marty Albertson and what he's done here in his tenure with the California Pintos, and you have a team that's decimated by injury. You got young guys all over the field. It's going to be a lot of these seniors that are on their way out. It's their last home game here as a Pinto, and you hate to see them not get the chance they really deserve to continue to make this a tough ball game because the officials, I would say, were a little off their game tonight. But, of course, you never blame it on that. Osage did what they had to do to seal home the win. They finished with a record of 8-1. Of course, California, they finished their regular season with a record of 2-7. They'll be on the road next week, what appears to be Oak Grove. And, of course, although we were speculating it would be the Indians at home against Eldon, we're not sure if Eldon's going to be on the road against Springfield Catholic or if they'll be at home against they'll be on the road against Osage. So stay tuned this week to not only the LakeTV Facebook page, but also the Accelerate Facebook page. Because I'll tell you what, folks, a lot of football left for not just these Osage Indians, but other teams in the Lake area. For Sean Cooper and the entire LakeTV crew, pulling off another fantastic broadcast. It's not goodbye. It's just good night. Thanks for watching, folks.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
chances are you'll be back! Mention this Chances Are commercial on Lake TV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
I'm open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
We are farmers.
It's a new look,
A new location.
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family owned. Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Cargill, Hy-Vee, Lake Regional Health System, Polylift, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, and Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.